Cloudy skies, 43 degrees. The teams are on the turf. We're set to play for gold. Good afternoon, everybody. Bill Huddleston along with my broadcast partner for so many years, Nick Hampton. No place better than to be on the turf playing for the championship.
And the Roughers are ready to go. They have thought about this all week after the big win against Deer Creek in the semis last week. It's been the main focus. It's been the focus all season long after losing in the semis last year to Choctaw. Now getting back to the finals. And again, a chance to avenge a couple of losses to Stillwater.
Muskogee will be the home team on the scoreboard. They'll be wearing the all-green uniforms with the white lettering, the helmets of green and white. Stillwater will be on their road uniforms of all white with the blue letters and the Pioneer logo on the side. Officials for today's championship matchup. The referee will be Ethan Rowland. Chad Craig will be the umpire. Devin Jarrett, the line judge, linesman. Dusty Hutchison will be the line judge. The back judge will be Nate Haney. Nick, for the officials, this is just as momentous occasion as it is for the players because it is a select group that gets voted on and selected to come and compete here this afternoon. And the officials, like the players, will be trying to give it their best.
That's exactly right, and we have a good crew tonight as the Roughers get ready to go against the Stillwater Pioneers. Weather today, cloudy, as Bill said, cold, around 40 degrees. Wind, though, not much of a factor, a light wind. Stillwater, as Bill said, won the toss. They'll have the ball to start the game, and they'll have that slight breeze at their back as they move from left to right.
That being said, gives us the time for today's Excel Physical Therapy starting lineups. We get you back in the game. Excel Physical Therapy, a partner with Rougher Football in 2023. Across the front offensively for the Pioneers, 6 foot, 235-pound senior Nolan Lance will be at one tackle. Julian Jacobs will be the sophomore tackle on the other end. He's 6'2", 256. The guards, Cord Nelson and Judah Schwegler. Schwegler at 267, 6'3", a junior. Also a junior, Cord Nelson at 6'3" and 250. Quentin Robinson, the senior center, 5'10", 260 pounds. This is an offensive line that weighs in at 246. It is a combination of receivers, Trey Tuck, Deacon Jones, Antoine Rust, along with Talon Kendrick, Josh Ford, who will also be a big playmaker, whether he's at a fullback or an H-back or a tight end position. The running back, who has had an outstanding season. He had 156 yards against the Roughers in Week 10. Holden Thompson, a 5'11", 183-pound senior, who also, Nick, was a part of the state champion 4x200-meter relay team for the Pioneers last spring. And then, of course, the guy that directs the offense, the quarterback, who spent his first 2 years in 8-man football at Davenport, then went to Cashin, and now in his senior season has come through the high school portal, you might say, to be the starting quarterback for Stillwater here this afternoon, coached by Chad Kaywood, a 26-year veteran of the Pioneer football program, moved up from the offensive coordinator to the head coach this season. The Roughers, of course, under the direction of their head coach, the leader of the Rougher Nation, Travis Hill, in his third campaign, after a 2-8 start, Nick, has totally turned around with back-to-back 10-2 years.
And he is going for his second gold ball. He won in 2005 at Tulsa East Central, and he looks at this as a game not about ego or rings, but about the kids. It's all about the kids, he said. Very emotional. He talked with us earlier in the week about it.
Val Espinosa approaches with the kick. It's a driving kick toward the sideline. It'll hit and go out of bounds. That'll bring the ball out to the 35-yard line where Stillwater will have it 1st and 10. Defensively across the front for the Roughers, the 4-3 alignment. Parker Pellet, Anthony Watson will be the ends. The inside defenders, Vernon Papiakatu, who had such a big game last week. Papiakatu, a 6'1", 293-pound senior. And Tion Brewer, a 6'3", 280-pound senior nose tackle. The linebackers led by T.T. Travion Houston, Tim Moore, and Koda Barnowski. They've got big jobs today. The corners, Andre Beasley and Jaden Swanson. The safeties, Anthony White and Deion Bowler. 1st and 10 for the Pioneers. Acord with the running back off his right shoulder. He'll hand it off straight ahead across the 35 out near the 39-yard line before the Roughers can submarine and get the stop on Thompson.
Thompson, as you said, had 156 yards in the first meeting about a month ago.
Tempo here after a 4-yard gain on first down, no huddle. Thompson again going to take the handoff. He'll slide off the left side before the Roughers will push him to the turf. Good pressures that time by the Roughers defensive linebacker Tim Moore.
That's going to have to be the key. The Roughers have got to stop this guy. Acord, kind of a so-so passer, so a lot of their game centered on Thompson.
Twins to the right side, one outside the hash mark. Going to sling it in motion to Ford. He's hit it about the 42 and gets stopped short of the line again. Ruffers had guys there making the crash. Tim Moore was one of those. Andre Beasley, another. Dion Bowler the third. It's 4th and a yard to go. Will the Pioneers gamble early here and try to make a statement, Nick?
I would think not. I think we're going to be conservative here, at least early on, and they do send out the punting team.
Well,
so
remember, they sent out Talon Kendrick in a wildcat formation many times. It's 4th and a yard to go from the 44-yard line. Kendrick is the punter, averaging just over 34 yards per kick. Ruffers will have one man back deep. Snap is back. Kendrick will take it. He'll launch it up into the gray sky. Fair catch, set of 4, taken on a knee at the 26-yard line. Defense does its job, Nick. Now time for the offense to go to work.
So let's see what the Ruffers will come up with. I'm going to be interested to see if we use the legs of Jamarian Ficklin a little more. He ran a lot last week against Deer Creek, and that proved to be valuable. He has not run just a whole lot this season, so we'll see if they use him a little bit more in that regard. He has 116 carries for 851 yards so far on the ground this year.
Ruffers this time will start with Latavia Johnson to the left shoulder of Bird. Beasley goes wide to the right with McGee. They'll run it down the line, run it end around, fake the end around, and Ruffers just that time kind of fighting for possession, going to get hit behind the line of scrimmage back upfield at the 22-yard line. That'll be a loss of 4 on first down.
Not sure that wasn't a busted play. Ficklin kind of turned around and looked and didn't have anybody to hand to and ended up eating the ball himself, and Pioneers have an injured player on the field.
Pioneers have an injured player, so as we let the training staff of Stillwater attend to their injured player, let's set the starting offensive lineup for Muskogee. The big guys up front that have got to be road graders here today: Wesley Harvey, Caleb Houston, Braden Henry, Vernon Pepiakata, and Tion Brewer. The receiving core, of course, including Jaden Swanson. They'll also include Caden McGee. We'll see Andre Beasley, Jamie Beasley, Javon Washington, and Anthony Watson at tight end spots. The running back is starting off to be Latavian Johnson, and the man that makes it all go, the Bird, Jamarian Ficklin.
So the Ruffers have a little longer to go now after losing 4 on first down, so second and 14 now from the 22.
Too tight, split left and right. Bird to take the snap on a quarterback keeper out across the 25, breaks a tackle across the 30, still on his feet, driving those legs, pushing himself upfield to the 22-yard line. That'll be a gain of 10. Just a straight quarterback keeper all the way. Ficklin up the middle between the blocks of Houston, Harvey, and Henry. All the way for a 10-yard pickup. It'll be 3rd down and 4.
I think that answers the question about Bird running today. They're not going to be afraid to use him when they need to.
Washington will be the tight end. He's flanked out to the right side along with McGee. Twins come to the near side. Pepiakata, one of those big offensive linemen, trying to hold his ground on the line of scrimmage against the defensive front of the Pioneers. Ficklin will take it, drops down in the middle, caught by Washington across the 41 up to the 43-yard line. First down and 10, first down. Kyle Edwards Buick GMC at the 41-yard line. A gain of 9, a Ruffer first down.
Deacon Jones making the tackle, a two-way player for the Pioneers. Plays in that corner spot, is also one of their wide receivers.
That time, Ficklin had time to look and wait for Washington to rub free. McGee by himself out far to the right. Beasley to the left side. Ficklin will play action. Hand it off to Johnson. Broke a tackle in the backfield across the 45 and up to about the 46-yard line before the knee goes to the turf. 5 yards on the first down carry for Latavian Johnson, the 5'8", 170-pound running back for the Ruffers, Nick, who many may not know has played injured all year long with a partially torn ACL.
He has, and he'll come in to the game today with 569 yards on the ground.
2nd and 5 from the 46. Ficklin again straight ahead, bounce off the first contact. Tuck was the first guy there at the knees of Ficklin, knocking him forward, but downfield at the 49. A 3-yard pickup. Ruffers will have a 3rd and 2.
So 3rd and 2 opens up the playbook a little bit. You can do a lot of different things here. Try and get this first down. Ficklin can run the ball again, maybe a little short pass like we did with Washington in that last series.
8,077 yards total off passing in his career, that it now has reached 89 touchdown strikes. Beasley, along with Swanson, blitz comes. Ficklin keeps it. He's met in the backfield. Pioneers just close the door as they squeeze from the outside in. First guy that got there was Ethan Dudgeon, this 5'10", 187-pound junior linebacker. Loss on the play, back upfield to the 47.
Dutchinson got him down around the ankles and then got a lot of help from his friends coming in, and the loss goes back, as Bill said, to the 47.
So now we'll see, will the Ruffers go a little bit of a gamble here? They have the offensive unit on the field. Ficklin, of course, is the punter. Now he'll back up about 6 yards, standing back around the 40-yard line. Quick snap, kicks away, up high, open field, take a big bounce. It checks, rolls laterally, then downfield inside the 15, crossing the stripe at about the 13. So out of bounds at the 13, that's where Stillwater will take over.
36-yard punt by Bird, and got a nice little roll on it, and pins the Pioneers back inside their 20.
7:21 left to go here in the opening quarter. Each team's had one possession, unable to find the end zone. Pioneers come in offensively averaging 40-plus points per ball game, 62% rushing calls, 38% through the air. But since 2017, have won 72 of 83 ball games. Quarterback Chance Acord, this time with the running back Holden Thompson to his right. They'll play action, swing it out in space, caught. Ruffers come off the block and make the tackle in the backfield. Pass was intended for Holden Thompson, who had split out as a flanker. They had the extra running back in. Ruffers come up and make the stop there at the 10-yard line. And the Pioneers have another player down on the field. That's a loss of 3 on first down. Let's take a quick 30-second timeout. Still no score. Muskogee and Stillwater, 6A-II state championship. Back in 30 seconds on Rougher Football.
In times of need, it's comforting to see faces of people you know and trust. Cornerstone Funeral Home in Muskogee cherishes the opportunity to be there for you and your family in life's most challenging times, when friends are most important. Cornerstone Funeral Home and Crematory welcomes the opportunity to answer any questions regarding planning and pre-arrangements for you and your loved ones. Experience the difference. Cornerstone Funeral Home, 1830 North York in Muskogee, where you'll find faces you know and reputations you trust.
Back at Richardson Stadium on the campus of the University of Central Oklahoma, opening moments of the first quarter, still no score, Muskogee and Stillwater. Want to remind those of you viewing on Rougher TV, we are blacked out for the live broadcast. We will have it recorded. We will have it available for you as early as Sunday night, possibly earlier. But for right now, just buckle up and stay tuned. We're going to give you the best we can via the audio call. After a loss of 3, the injured player for Stillwater was Judah Schwegler. The offensive guard up front, Ryan Crosswade, is the so-called supposed to be backup. Chance Acord now on a 2nd and 13 with Thompson to his right shoulder. Twins go outside the hash marks to the right side. Single receiver to the boundary left. Play action. Up the middle comes Thompson through a crease. Gets back up to about the 11, but then was stood up by a sea of green. The reaction to the Rougher defense here early, Nick, has been very, very effective. Gain's going to go upfield too. They'll mark it at the 12-yard line. So he got back 2 of the 3 lost on first down. Third down and, we'll call it a gain of 3, 3rd down and 10. Again, same 2 receivers out wide to the left. Play action again. Give to Thompson. Smothered at the line of scrimmage. Ruffers got in underneath and blew that one up. Parker Pellet, one of the first green jerseys to get there and stop the running back behind the line of scrimmage again. A loss of 2. It'll be 4th down for the Pioneers and 12.
So Thompson, who had all those yards in the first game, has carried 4 times now and has just 6 yards.
So back to punt will be Talon Kendrick. He'll take the snap 2 yards deep in his own end zone and launch a bullet downfield. Ruffers will just let it bounce. It'll pop straight up in the air and then roll and be touched right at the 50-yard line. 5:54 left, opening 12 minutes of play from Richardson Stadium in Edmond on the campus of the University of Central Oklahoma. Muskogee and Stillwater still scoreless. Ruffers to get at the football for the second time, starting from the midfield mark.
They'll actually mark it at the Stillwater 48, so the Ruffers will get it in the Pioneer end of the field to start this series.
Well, with what you would call normally a short porch, Nick, this would be time for the Ruffers to go to work.
This might be a nice time to take a shot down the field, too.
McGee, along with Beasley, will come as twins wide to the left. Ficklin, empty backfield, takes the snap, straight ahead on the run, hesitates momentarily, and you can't do that against this aggressive Pioneer defense.
So neither team really has been able to do much in terms of running. No gain there for Ficklin, 2nd and 10.
No place to go. Josh Ford, Nehemiah Coloni, Taylor Kendrick, some of those guys up in the trench.
2nd down and 11.
Loss of 1 on 1st down from the 49. Ficklin again with 2 receivers to his left this time along the running back. Throw it out in space, caught by Beasley, hit at the line of scrimmage, breaks free of the tackle inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. Finally going to be brought down up front by Kaylor Page, the 229-pound senior defensive end. They'll mark the ball at the 43. That would be a 6-yard pickup. Ruffers will have a 3rd down and 5 to move the chains.
And that's the dimension that the Ruffers didn't have the first time these teams met, is Beasley with his ability to make the good yards after catch.
Cornerstone Funeral Home, Jayhawk Chevrolet, Bravado Wireless, and by My Place Barbecue Wells, helping to make possible another broadcast of Ruffer football this year. Andre and Caden go wide right. Ficklin back in the pocket, sets up the bubble screen underneath, caught by Watson at the 40, Edmond to the 35, being dragged down from behind, finally pushed out of bounds inside the 30 at the 26-yard line.
17-yard gain on the little screen pass in the middle to Watson. Ruffers set that up well as Stillwater poured in. Ficklin just punched it over the middle right to Watson, and he had 2 or 3 blockers in front of him.
The bull running out of the China closet for 17 yards. 1st and 10, Kyle Edwards Buick GMC Ruffer 1st down. Twins come this time to the left side. Beasley and Swanson. Ficklin with Johnson to his right. Going to hand it off to Tavian, trying to come near side. Got a block. 25, 20, on his feet at the 15, and down to the 13-yard line. Got a great block inside. Looked like that was Caleb Houston that threw the crease. Johnson cut in behind the block and scampers downfield to the 14-yard line. Another Ruffer 12-yard gain. Another Kyle Edwards Buick GMC Ruffer 1st down and 10.
Trey Tuck making what was probably a touchdown-saving tackle there for the Pioneers at the 14.
McGee and Andre Beasley go to the right side. Ficklin will take it, roll to his right, looking for a block. Cuts inside of one at the 15, at the 10. Bird inside the 5. They'll say the knee touched just short of the 5. Mark it at the 6-yard line, but an 8-yard pickup brings up 2nd and goal to go. Ruffers in now 5 plays and move from the Stillwater 48-yard line downfield to the 6 in Pioneer territory. Time this time, Nick, 3 times earlier this year against the Pioneers. Ruffers didn't score in the red zone. Time to finish on this possession.
Great block thrown out there on that run by Ficklin by Watson. Really sealed off that defensive back.
McGee on the right side of the boundary short. Ficklin's going to keep it himself up the middle inside the 5. Stretches to the goal line. Did he get there? No. Line judge going to come in and say his knee hit the ground before the ball broke the plane of the goal line. But the gain will be from the 6 to the 1, 5 yards. Kyle Edwards Buick GMC Ruffer 1st down and goal.
1st and goal as Bird almost got there, but not quite. Trying to cap this drive and get the first points of the game.
Ficklin will go up under center. He'll take the snap. Use the road graders up front. Push the foul to the goal line. Touchdown, Muskogee. Road graders Harvey, Houston, Henry, Papiakata, and Brewer pushing the Ruffers into the end zone. Ficklin on the carry for the score.
48 yards and 7 plays for the Ruffers as they get the first points of the game, and that's got to make them feel good here to make that drive and get the points, not the turnover.
Val Espinosa on to try to make it 32 of 34 on the year for the PAT. Snap down, kicks on the way, splits the uprights good. 3:17 to go opening quarter. Muskogee up early, 7-0 over the Pioneers here in the 6A-II state championship. Back in 30 seconds. This is Ruffer Football 2023.
Jay Hodge here with Rick, a man of few words. Wow, that's one of them. And when you see the savings at Jay Hodge Chevrolet Muskogee, tell them, Rick. Wow. New Silverados 1.9% financing or $5,600 total value when you trade in an eligible vehicle.
Don't overpay. Come see Jay.
New Silverados 1.9% financing.
Wow.
Now at Jay Hodge Chevrolet Muskogee,
144 West Shawnee.
All its athletes, coaches, and fans.
7 plays, 48 yards, 2 minutes 35 seconds time of possession. Ruffers get the score on the Ficklin quarterback sneak. 7-0 Ruffers over Pioneers of Stillwater.
Ruffers off to a good start. Defense has played very well in the 2 possessions Stillwater's had.
Espinosa will tee it up again. Will approach, and he'll angle the shot more to the right side. This one's going to be fielded at the 20, bobbled, and then stepping out of bounds. I don't know if they called him out of bounds or not. The line judge is coming in at the 16 with his arm held high. Taking the
Tan Booth
it was Tan Booth over near the boundary, Nick, and kind of bobbled it for a moment. And I think when he stepped forward, he stepped out of bounds.
I do too, yeah. He was really close to the sideline there.
So they'll mark the football at the 16. That's where Stillwater will start their 3rd offensive series. Here with 3:14 to play in the opening quarter. Ruffers 7, Stillwater nothing. Here in the 6A-II state championship game.
Let's see if the Pioneers change their offensive strategy in here. So far, they haven't been able to run or pass very well either effectively.
Twins out wide to the left. Bobbled snap, throw across the middle. This one in between defenders was trying to throw the strike to Deacon Jones, who's getting the starting call today, replacing Heston Thompson, the twin brother of Holden Thompson, who's been out since the 8th game of the year with an ankle injury that required some surgery. So incomplete, 2nd down and 10.
Not a well-thrown pass by Acord. He threw it well behind Jones.
This time with the running back to the right of Acord. They'll play action, give it off to Thompson, trying to turn the corner with blockers in front, but the Ruffers penetrate and make the stop. Good penetration by the Ruffer defensive group getting over there. Nick, you're going to have to help me with names and numbers.
Okie got that one.
Yeah, Coda making the stop upfield at the 19. That'll be only a 3-yard gain, so it'll be 3rd and 7 for the Pioneers, trying to find their own rhythm. Twins out wide right. Acord will clap his hands once, and he'll stand tall. Kendrick will be the wide receiver to the short side left. Thompson staying in the block. Pressure comes off the edge. Now forcing Acord across the middle. This one is caught up at the 31-yard line.
Trey Tuck with the back of the catch.
He was the rescue man for the quarterback, Chance Acord, in the first meeting. The gain goes from the 19 to the 31. 12 yards and a Stillwater first down. Now timeout being taken by Muskogee. They were having personnel adjustments here. Pioneers were trying to speed it up. We'll do the same. 2:21 left. Opening quarter play from UCO in the 6A-II state championship. Muskogee 7, Stillwater nothing. We're back in 30 seconds on Ruffer Football 2023.
There's really only one explanation for businesses who continue to thrive for decades on end, and that's a people-first mentality. Bravado employees live within our existing coverage area just like you. Our kids go to the same schools and play in the same leagues as yours. That's why so much of who we are consists of giving back to our communities, because your community is also our community. We are your family, your neighbors, and your leader in wireless mobility. We are Bravado Wireless, and we believe in the power of connection.
Out of the timeout, Stillwater will have a 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line. 2:21 left in the opening 12 today in the 6A-II state title matchup.
Acord did the hard work on that last play as he scrambled out of trouble, extended the play a little bit for Tuck to be able to come back and get the pass.
Kendrick and Tuck are the 2 receivers to the boundary, wide side right. Chance Acord out of the shotgun, takes the snap. Play action, throws it upfield, caught in open field by Kendrick. He's hit at about the 31-yard line and corralled by a host of Ruffers.
Tim Moore primarily grabbed him by the waist and just flung him down, really right at, well, maybe they get a yard up to the 32.
But good reaction that time by the Ruffer linebacker and secondary unit. 2 minutes and clock counting here in the first quarter. 2nd and 9 Pioneers. Extra blocking back, that's Ford, lining up right behind the guard. They'll throw it out in space, pump it. Quarterback's going to keep it, and he's not going to get far. Ruffers did a pretty good job breaking up the opportunity on the boundary far side, then closed it off from the angle. Good effort that time by the Ruffers defense.
Travion Houston was the first man to get there and limit that to just a 1-yard run by Thompson.
So another 3rd down for the Pioneers, who so far today on 3rd down chances are 1 for 3. Clock showing 1:25 and counting. 7-0 Ruffers. Muskogee jumping around on that defensive front. Acord back in the pocket. Time to throw down the field. Looking for Tuck and overthrew Kendrick. And then there's a flag that comes out. There might have been either a hold or some sort of pass interference call.
There was a little bumping going on down the downfield, but it sure didn't look like it was enough to warrant a flag for interference.
Officials talk about it. Referee Ethan Rowland will tell us the call.
Holding on the defense. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. First down.
So the defensive holding, not the PI, but it will move it from the 33 to the 43 and give Stillwater a third down conversion by penalty and a 1st and 10. Holden Thompson, the running back, the senior tailback, averaging 7.6 yards per carry. He's had tough sledding so far today. Ford in as the extra heavy blocking back. They'll give it off to Thompson, trying to go to his left, out across the 45 near the midfield stripe. Just loaded up behind that offensive line with Nelson, Lance, with Ford lending some road grader effort. Gain upfield from the 43 to the 49. Right back to the same guy, but the Ruffers get inside, and guess who the guy is there? It is Tion Brewer. Dropping Holden behind the line of scrimmage back at the 48-yard line.
So nice play there by the Ruffers after a 6-yard gain on second down. Now they look at third and about 6.
After reach the 47 in Ruffer territory. Colonian is a blocking back. Acorn's going to sprint to his left, looking to run and throw. He's hit and shoved out of bounds. Ruffers came up quickly. Anthony White was the guy that got there, forcing the Pioneer quarterback out of bounds at the 48-yard line.
Tim Moore also over there to help out right at the line of scrimmage. So 4th down and 6 for the Pioneers.
No gain on that third down chance. So again, the Pioneers forced to punt as Kendrick will stand deep. Dion Bowler will be set to receive back around the 23-yard line. Fake snap up the middle on the quarterback keeper. 1st and down, 1st and 10 and more.
Tuck was the man who they centered it to out of that fake punt.
Actually, Nick, it's not Tuck. It is
Booth.
Tan Booth.
Sorry, Booth, yeah.
He came in as the blocking back. They faked the high snap and run it on the short fake punt all the way to the 35-yard line in Ruffer territory. A roll of the dice, but a change of momentum.
17 yards on the gain by Booth.
Clock on those final moments expiring the opening 12 minutes of play. After 1 quarter in the 6A-II state championship, it's Muskogee 7, Stillwater nothing. Back in 30 seconds on Ruffer Football in 2023.
Pioneer Abstract, proudly serving residential and commercial customers throughout Muskogee County since 1905. Serving banks, mortgage companies, and mortgage brokers with refinancing, purchase, 1031 tax-deferred exchanges, along with full escrow services and more. Pioneer Abstract offers the convenience of centralized services for escrow accounts, title insurance, and title searches. Pioneer Abstract, here yesterday, here today, and here tomorrow at 412 West Broadway in downtown Muskogee, or call Pioneer Abstract at 683-2904.
7-0 after 12 minutes today here from Richardson Stadium on the campus of the University of Central Oklahoma. Muskogee 7, Stillwater nothing. Pioneers in that opening quarter, 15 offensive plays, 46 yards. Ruffers with 13 offensive snaps, 69. 38 of that on the ground, another 31 through the air. 1st and 10 for the Pioneers. The running back Thompson is out of the lineup. He's not. He's there.
He's there.
He's there. But Kendrick is in as the quarterback. So this will be more of a wildcat formation. 2 blockers in front. They snap it. Kendrick's going to keep her. Trying to bounce to the edge. Waits on a crease. Gets downfield to about the 31-yard line.
And Tim Moore again is there for the Ruffers to wrap him up after a short gain.
Just a pickup of 4. Good to have live stats available as well as the quarter stats. Nick, you can give us those after this play. Kendrick again will stay in as the quarterback. He'll take it. He'll hand it off. No, he's going to roll to his right. Throws upfield. Caught. Short of the line to gain. Good open field tackles. The pass went to Josh Ford, the tight end.
Out there on the tackle, I think, was Bowler.
So the gain will go from the 31 to the 37. Another 4-yard pickup. 32. Now back to this wildcat set. Kendrick trying to use just a crease and goes down the sideline, and he got the 1st down yardage, pushing the forward progress to around the 18. Be a 9-yard pickup. That was slow developing, but it worked as perfected. 2 blocking backs in front of 2 could be running backs. Kendrick will take it. He'll just follow a wall of white jerseys, trying to get to the corner, turns it at the 15, down the boundary at the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, Stillwater. Did he step out of bounds? No.
Nope. I don't think so.
Kendricks tightrope the sideline and sprints in from 18 yards out. It's an extra point away from tying this game at 7-all. A big fourth down gamble by Stillwater that pays off in touchdown points.
Well, and after the fake punt, the Pioneers went to the Wildcat, and Kendrick quarterbacked them in from the 35-yard line in.
Brody Long on to try the PAT, 60 of 63 on the year. Good snap back, a little chip shot kick. It's up, and it is good. Timeout on the field, 11:02 to go before halftime. We're deadlocked. State championship on the line. Stillwater 7, Muskogee 7, back in 30 seconds on Rougher Football 2023.
Grunt's Barbecue serves up hand-rubbed, slow-cooked goodness. Anytime you're feeding a few hundred, hey, we're just tailgating with friends. Call the experts. Grunt's Barbecue. Ribs, brisket, burnt ends, mouth-watering hot link, and smoked chicken. Where everything is made from scratch, from the barbecue sauce to the banana pudding. Give us a try, and you won't be disappointed. Grunt's Barbecue. 918-681-3900. Grunt's Barbecue. Slow-cooked goodness in Muskogee.
13-play drive, 84 yards. The big one, of course, the 17-yard fourth down fake punt run by Tan Booth. And then the Wildcat efforts of Chad Kendrick. The final touchdown run of 17 yards. And it's a 7-7 ball game here with 11:02 to go before halftime.
Yeah, the Roughers, after that fake punt, kind of let down a little bit and weren't really, I don't think, ready for that Wildcat set with Kendrick, and he came in there and ran 31 of those 35 yards for the touchdown.
Roughers will have Kenyon Goodson as one of the deep backs, along with Caden McGee and Dion Bowler. Pioneers, the defending 6A-II state champions, have been here before. The Roughers have not, but from what we've seen so far, Nick, I don't think the magic of the moment has affected either team.
So Kendrick will kick this one on a short approach.
Pooches it high. Fair catch signaled by Javon Washington at the 35, and that's where Muskogee will start its third offensive series. 11:02 to go before halftime. Speaking of halftime, Nick, we're going to get a chance to bring the Bull into the booth. We're expecting to have former Muskogee High head football coach Ron Freeman to join us with a halftime chat. Be good to see the former Rougher boss. He was the last Rougher coach to have a team play for a state championship.
85 and 86 had teams right up there and finally won it all in 86.
Glenn Bell and company, or as our broadcast buddy, rest in peace, Curtis Brackeen would say, student body left, student body right, touchdown Bell. Snap the ball. Ficklin this time going to give to Latavian Johnson, trying to come right side. Gain will be only 2 from the 35 to the 37 before the Pioneers get in on the stop.
Johnson 3 carries now for 19 yards for the Roughers so far today.
Nehemiah Coloni, one of the first Pioneer defenders there to make the stop after a 2-yard pickup. So 2nd and 8. Twins go outside the hash mark to the left. McGee in motion. They'll run the counter to McGee, trying to give some ground. Pioneers had it diagnosed and dialed up, and big play, McGee is going to lose some yardage.
Tan Booth runs him out of bounds over there on the far side.
They'll say McGee stepped out of bounds back upfield at the 30. He took that ball, Nick, going backwards, angling to the sideline, but giving up precious yardage. A loss of 7, so it'll be 3rd and 15.
Roughers have the move behind the chains now, so look for a Ficklin pass more than likely.
Washington, along with Watson and McGee, wide to the left. Straight drop back, throw the screen. McGee's going to set up the double pass. Now he'll run. He hesitates, has some forward progress, but not much. Just was no place to throw it back to the other side of the field.
Holden Thompson runs him out of bounds at the 34, just short of the original line of scrimmage. So 4th and 11, and the Roughers will have to punt it away.
10 minutes, 21 seconds. The clock stopped as McGee went out of bounds. So Ficklin will be back to punt for the 2nd time today. His earlier boot of 40 yards flipped the field position. Not a lot of wind. Gray, cloudy skies. Snap back to Ficklin. Launches a knuckling punt that is fielded at the 27-yard line on a fair catch Trey Tuck taking the call. The ball will go over to Stillwater.
39-yard punt by Bird. And the Pioneers will go from their own 28.
See, Nick, how that last success by Stillwater offensively changes their mojo. And see if the rougher defense can regroup and find its prowess in denying Stillwater offensive success.
Oh, let's see. Acord will come back out now, the quarterback, with Thompson at the running back, and Kendrick will go back to his normal spot as a wide receiver.
He'll line up in a slot with 3 receivers out to the right side. Thompson, the running back, off the left shoulder. He'll turn, throw the pass on the outside. Ruffers come in, have it played perfectly. Anthony White got torched in the first meeting. This time today, he's done it on back-to-back efforts, stopping Trey Tuck for minus yardage. Back up field is a 26.
Loss on the play there of 2. Good defensive play by the Ruffers and by White.
Tuck and Kendrick will be the 2 receivers out wide, this time outside the hash mark between the hash and the numbers to the left. Ford is in as kind of a H-back or a blocking back. They call the snap, play action, give it off to Thompson, darting to his left, slips as he makes his cut in front of the rougher would-be tackler. That time from Muskogee, it was Anthony White.
I think Coda Barnowski actually got him by the ankle back there and forced him to slip or lose his balance a little bit. And then the Ruffers closed it down.
Gain of 3, 3rd and 9. Big play for both teams and changing the mojo. Twins out wide right, split into the left. Bring motion. Fake the little Utah pass, throw the screen underneath. It's caught by Thompson at the 35 and has the first down yardage. Actually, no, they're going to say the knee went down short of the line to gain.
We're right at the line to gain. Pretty
37, 38-yard line was where the sticks are.
We're right all across from it. He's about half a yard short.
So now it'll be a really no decision here on the part of the Pioneers, I don't think. Clock showing 8:45 and running. Acord will line up. Hard count. Ruffers don't jump into the neutral zone. Almost did. Now Acord again. Claps his hands. Takes the snap. Bounces to the edge. First down yardage.
That was Kendrick actually out of that Wildcat again.
You're right. To the 41-yard line on the play. So that's a 4-yard pickup on the 4th down. And Pioneers have it 1st and 10 at the Muskogee 41. Rougher football brought to you by Serpro Muskogee, by Nissan of Muskogee, by Excel Physical Therapy, and by Zapata Lawn and Tree. 1st and 10. Hand the ball off to Thompson, trying to go to his right. Cuts off a block. Sprints upfield. Out near the 44-yard line. Looks like it'll be marked.
Barnowski, I think, on the tackle there for the Ruffers. Got a hand on him.
Credit a 3-yard pickup halfway between the 43 and the 44. Again, the 2 receivers set to the outside left. Acord with the running back Thompson. Going to hand it off again. Going to try to pile drive right side. Sprints out across the 45 to the 47. 3-yard pickup. 3rd down and 4. Again, Tim Moore, the rougher defender's name to be called, along with some help from Travion Houston. Those 2 guys have been big all year long, each with over 140 tackles on the year. 3rd and 4 for the Pioneers. Acord with Thompson off his right. Josh Ford lined up as the blocking back. Snap is back. Pump once. All want to roll and go deep. Ruffers have it closed in, and down goes Acord. Ruffers did the job. Deion Bowler stayed with his man, sprinting down the field, as that would have been for Stillwater.
Tayon Brewer was the guy who made the sack, but a great coverage sack as the Ruffers closed it down in the secondary.
Deacon Jones stayed with him. So now it'll be 4th down and 5. Back to punt is Taylon Kendrick. Clock showing 6:38 and counting. Pioneers will back up. Now remember, a moment ago was Tan Booth, the blocking back that took the short snap. This time they'll snap it back to Kendrick. 1 step high up into the sky. Just get away from it, scream the coaching staff. It takes a bounce and comes to a stop at the 26-yard line. So the rougher defense this time denies Stillwater all but 1 first down, and will take over with 6:24 to play here in the opening quarter. Time to get some insurance, Nick. Time to get some insurance points. And when you need insurance, you need your fast, fair, and friendly State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor. State Farm is there. David Cobb is the man to call, 918-682-2511.
Okay, rougher offense. Let's get going now. We had that one touchdown drive. Let's punch one in here before halftime.
Johnson off the right shoulder of Ficklin. Bird's going to hand it off. Inside traffic goes Johnson out from the 26. They say he won't get much as he's stopped short at the line of scrimmage. Good defensive effort that time in traffic by the Pioneers, Taylor Page.
Page making a nice tackle there.
So no gain on first down. Johnson will come in. Ruffers will have an extra receiver this time, although it will be Deion Bullard to line up off the left shoulder of Ficklin. Watson and McGee are to the wide side right. Ficklin going to hand it off to Bullard, trying to come to the near side, giving some ground. 25, jukes it at the 30, and then launches himself upfield to about the 33-yard line, maybe the 32, they'll say, where he went out of bounds. Only a 6-yard pickup. Ruffers will have 3rd and 4. Ruffers just tried to go speed option that time, Nick, and Bowler unable to turn the corner, but there is a flag and a holding penalty against the Ruffers. Will deny that run. So it'll be a replay of 2nd down, but a loss of 10 from the previous spot. Puts the ball back inside the 20 at the 17-yard line.
So the Ruffers, who have had their problems off and on with penalties over the year, have a big one here that kind of puts a stop on the drive for the moment at least, brings up a long 3rd down play.
First penalty of the afternoon against either team. Ficklin this time with twins outside the hash marks to the right. Bird straight drop back in the pocket. Pressure off the edge. Ficklin going to throw it upfield looking for McGee. Big play, has to catch at the 35. He may have got across the 35 to the 36, which is where the sticks are. McGee with the catch over the outside shoulder. Good enough to pick up the yardage needed. Good enough for a Kyle Evers Buick Ruffer. First down and 10.
13 yards on the pass play. Just a down and out route by McGee, and he was open on that sideline.
Now Ruffers back to a one-back set. Bowler's going to take it, spins at the line of scrimmage after the first contact from the Pioneers. First guy that got there was the blue and gold's leading tackler, Ethan Nichols, 6 foot, 190-pound junior with 93 stops on the year. 1-yard pickup for Deion Bowler, 2nd and 9.
Bowler's seen some limited action so far for the Ruffers at that running back spot. Comes in with 14 carries for 115 yards.
Beasley at the slot to the left side. McGee out by himself, and the Pioneers were wanting to come on a stunt and got there a little bit too early. Coming on the blitz that time for the Pioneers was Zion Makafidze. 5-yard penalty will be a +5 for the Ruffers. So now it'll be a 2nd and 4.
From the 42, makes 2nd down just a whole lot easier now. Ruffers driving. 5:08 left to play here in the first half.
Officiating crew here today: Ethan Rowland, the referee; Chad Craig, Devin Jarrett, Dusty Hutchison, and Nate Haney, his teammates. 2 tight end set. Handoff again, coming near side and running right into that wall, but bouncing off the first contact and continuing to fight for precious yardage goes the Ruffer running back, Deion Bowler.
Caleb Humble.
Actually, I'm going to correct myself. That was Latavian Johnson.
Caleb Humble, the middle linebacker for the Pioneers, making the tackle up to the 44 for a 2-yard gain.
So with the penalty making a 2nd and 4 after that 2-yard gain, now 3rd and a couple. Ficklin looks to the outside where McGee is out on the numbers to the right. They'll check the play call from Reisenhuber on the boundary. Bird will step up, holler out the snap count and the option call. Ficklin will take the quarterback bounce, has the first down yardage as he splits defenders and falls forward to the 42-yard line. More than enough for a Kyle Edwards Buick GMC Ruffer. First down and 10.
That one almost didn't get started. The snap went almost hit the running back in the helmet, and Bird kind of had to pick it off and kind of upset the timing of the play, but his effort gets him the first down at the 47.
4-yard pickup. And they're going to mark it back to the 47, so give Bird 3, but more importantly, a first down. McGee outside wide to the left. Ficklin's going to drop back in the pocket, set up, now a step up under some pressure. Darts outside, looking for a blocker, doesn't have it. He just dances left, right to the outside edge, and will scamper out of bounds at the 49 3-yard line in Pioneer territory.
Kendrick forcing him out, but they had Bird kind of pinned back there in the pocket, and he does what he does, just scrambles out of trouble, keeps the play going, and gets positive yardage out of it down to the 44.
9-yard pickup by Jamarian Ficklin. Why this young man doesn't have multiple Division I offers, Nick? Only the good man upstairs has that answer.
That's beyond me, you're right.
6'2", 185-pound junior Jamarian Ficklin out of an empty backfield this time. Has blockers, jukes a tackler, got to the corner, 40, and they will step out of bounds at the 37. Pushed out of bounds defensively by Deacon Jones, but the gain will go downfield to the 46-yard line. 36-yard line, another Kyle Edwards Buick GMC, first down and 10.
8 yards picked up on another run by Ficklin, and they're utilizing his legs good today. 41 yards on the ground for Bird on 11 carries.
3:31 to go before halftime. This drive started back at the 26-yard line. Ficklin out of the shotgun, cup the middle, looking for a crease, just following those road graders straight ahead. Pushing the line of scrimmage downfield to near the 30-yard line.
Tackled by Ethan Nichols on the play, the linebacker, right at the 30. 6 yards picked up by Ficklin.
Rougher football this season brought to you in part by Outdoor Renovations LLC. Want to remodel the home before the holidays? Call the team at Outdoor Renovations LLC. They can help with patios. They can help with any type of outdoor renovations. Give them a look on Facebook. Now Jamarian Ficklin going to take the direct snap. He'll find blockers in front, creating a crack just enough, and Ficklin will push the pile along with his offensive line to the 31-yard line. Kyle Edwards Buick GMC Rougher, first down and 10.
At the 26 for the Roughers. Got just what he needed for the first down. Ficklin, just like you said, kind of a road grader, plowing ahead for the yardage on this series.
Ruffers with a substitution in that offensive line now as Miguel Chavez, the 6'3", 270-pound sophomore, comes in up front. Ficklin going to go again out of the gun. They'll look to go to the left side with Washington over there creating some size and strength. Ficklin will get only a yard this time, Nick, to the 30.
25.
Or, excuse me, I'm sorry.
At the 25, the Roughers will have it on a second down and 9 as this drive, Bill started way back at the 26 for the Roughers, as the clock now will tick inside 2 minutes to play here in the first half.
I look for some Roughers to maybe take a shot here, Nick, as they substitute bigs for more speedy type receiver packages. Jaden Swanson comes in and Javon Washington came out. Andre Beasley and Swanson will go out wide to the left. McKee will be to the right side. Ficklin takes the snap. Straight drop back. Pump. Throws across the middle. Caught. Off a block at the 20. At the 15. McGee trying to help him to the end zone. At the 5. 2-1.
Touchdown.
No, touchdown. He got inside the upright.
Beasley.
Andre stretches it out and gets to the goal line. Touchdown. Roughers. Touchdown. J. Hodge Chevrolet.
What a great run by Beasley as he caught that, then just got to the outside and just willed himself to get just to the pylon, get just inside it for the score.
And got the block from Caden McGee to give him the angle to the pylon. So now it'll be Espinoza to try to make it a 7-point spread. Snap is down. Kick is up. It's through the uprights. Perfect. 1:38 to go before the halftime break. Muskogee 14, Stillwater 7 in the chase for the goal ball here at UCO. Back in 30 seconds. This is Rougher Football 2023.
I'm Kyle Edwards for Kyle Edwards Buick GMC in Muskogee and the all-new Kyle Edwards Auto Group in Shakota. With the addition of Chevrolet, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram in Shakota and Buick GMC in Muskogee, it now gives our customers a great lineup of new makes and models to choose from. We are very proud to bring you a buying experience you won't find anywhere else. If you haven't visited us yet, come give us a chance. You'll like what you see. Family-owned, customer-friendly, Kyle Edwards Buick GMC in Muskogee and Kyle Edwards Auto Group in Shakota.
12 plays, 74 yards. Jamarian Ficklin getting a lot of that yardage, Nick Hampton, with his legs, but then on that play, found Andre Beasley on a slant across the middle. The man who did not play in the previous 2 matchups against the Pioneers, making his presence felt. diving for the pylon, getting into the end zone, said the side judge, and the Ruffers with the extra point lead, 14-7.
And it took a lot of time off the clock as well, as the Ruffers just moved it down the field with the running of Ficklin and didn't leave the Pioneers too much time here to do anything else for the rest of the half.
That time of possession on that drive was 4 minutes and 46 seconds. That's a long possession for the Ruffers on the time clock. Now Espinosa will punch this one up high on a fair catch called at the 25-yard line. Is where Stillwater will take over. But Muskogee answering the Pioneer score of a moment ago. And you kind of get the idea the offense is feeding off the efforts of the defense here this afternoon for both sides, Nick Hampton.
They really are, and the Ruffers utilizing Ficklin with his running ability a lot more than they did the first time these two teams met. And then, of course, the addition of Beasley, as we saw right there, has helped. That's a big, big factor in that first game.
Two receivers go out wide to the right, outside the hash. Single receiver to the boundary inside the numbers. Acord will hand off to Thompson off a break. 25, 30, 35 has a blocker in front. That's Tuck across the 45 and out near the midfield stripe before the Ruffers can come up to finally make the tackle. Dion Bowler stopping Holden Thompson on the little counter move. He sprints into the 48-yard line in Ruffer territory, 27 yards on the run. Now quick up to the line of scrimmage. Again, handing off Thompson through a crease. 45 inside the 40 down to the 39. Just huge pushes off the line of scrimmage, and Thompson showing his ability to adjust to the open field.
59 yards now on the ground for Thompson.
8 yards on that last pickup. 2nd and 2 for Stillwater. He'll go right back to the well. Thompson this time will wait for a crease. Then he'll lunge underneath would-be tacklers. They'll say the knee touched the turf at the 37-yard line, but he got 3, only needed 2. 1st and 10 at the 37. 56 seconds and counting before halftime. Again, back to Thompson, trying to wait on a crease, and then darts back to the middle of the field down to around the 31-yard line, a 6-yard pickup.
Met in there. That big guy, Miguel Chavez, who's in there defensively.
And Stillwater's going to take a timeout with 48 seconds to go before the break. 14-7. Pioneers trying to tie it up on a late drive. We're back in 30 seconds. This is Ruffer Football in 2023.
Pain is temporary. Pride is forever. At Excel Therapy, we want to be your athlete's advocate for excellence. We offer treatment methods that focus on strengthening muscles and improving flexibility to improve your overall performance. And when injury sets in, Excel Therapy can aid in the recovery process. We know it's important to get back in the game, so trust the comeback experts, Excel Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine. With 16 locations and no physician referral required, you can begin healing today. From setback to comeback, the name you can trust, Excel Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine. Look for us online at exceltherapyok.com.
Richardson Stadium on the campus of the University of Central Oklahoma. 2nd and 4 for the Pioneers from the Ruffer 31-yard line. 48 seconds to go before halftime. Muskogee 14, Stillwater 7. Pioneers trying to come up with their own inside the 2-minute mark on the clock, drive for a score. Acord this time with Thompson behind. They'll play action, set up, time to throw. Cross the middle, this one is caught at the 17-yard line, breaks a tackle, trying to come to the corner. There's a flag down, back upfield.
That's going to be a hold, I think.
Got a feeling it's going to be a holding call. The pass complete to Talon Kendrick.
That play took a long time to develop as Acord went back, faked the pass, and a lot of time for linemen to hold their blocks.
That's a double-edged sword there, Nick, for Stillwater, because not only does it take away the big play, but it moves it back to the 42-yard line, and it also took precious seconds off the clock with 39 seconds to go before halftime. 2nd down.
So now you got to think if the Pioneers want to score, they're going to have to go to the air a little more.
Kendrick, along with Deacon Jones, will be the twins to the outside left, or right rather. Play action, throw it out in space. Ruffers came up, but the good block. Jones at the 35, at the 30, has the first down change. as he gets to the 25-yard line. Missed that first chance on the block, and Jones with the outside edge help from Trey Tuck. Andre Beasley finally able to force the receiver out of bounds at the 25-yard line. 1st and 10, 32 seconds to go before halftime.
Jones just a freshman. He's an electrifying player on both sides of the ball.
So now Thompson off the right shoulder of Acord. Takes the snap, play action, has some time, steps up in the pocket, he's under pressure, and down he goes. Ruffers come up with a sack. Tim Moore just refused to be denied on the block up front from Julian Jacobs.
Loss of 2 on the play.
A loss of 2, but more importantly, the clock ticks down to 26 seconds, and Stillwater will spend another timeout. We'll take the break as well. Actually, we'll keep it here. That gives us a chance to say thanks to our sponsors. Many of those you've heard all year long, Lesher Millsap, along with Pioneer Abstract, Bravado Wireless. Don't forget, if you're wanting to find somebody to put the lights up on your house or clean up the yard from the winter debris, fall and winter debris, you need to call on Antonio Zapata, a former rougher who works hard daylight till dark. Check it out on Facebook, Zapata Lawn and Tree Service, a friend of rougher football here in 2023.
Last man to win a state championship, Ron Freeman in the booth with us today. He'll be with us and join us at halftime to talk about what he's been up to and his reliving of that championship game in 1986.
So 2nd and 12 for the Pioneers. This drive started at their own 25-yard line, but in now 5 plays has moved to the 27, where it's 2nd and 12. 2 receivers come wide to the left. Tuck is the single receiver to the boundary on the right side. Kendrick will come in motion. They're going to set up the halfback pass, throw it downfield. Ruffers got up there, tipped up, intercepted, but a pass interference call.
I think someone hit
the receiver a little bit early.
Yep, I think so.
Ruffers had the INT, but the PI is going to go against the Ruffers. I don't know who it was that took out.
Someone really flashed through there quick and just leveled the receiver.
Well,
fans don't like it, but I think it's a good call.
I think it was just early enough. Of course, there is no video replay opportunities in high school. That might be something to ask the Bull about. Would he favor instant replay on a high school level?
I'm sure. I was thinking about that the other day, too, and I thought in a situation like this where you're at one stadium for a long time, I would think the OSSA could come up with that.
Well, it'll be a pass interference penalty, and it'll take it half the distance to the goal line, which will move the ball to the 13.
And it's a first down as well.
With 20 seconds left to go before halftime. Now, Acord is out. Check that, it's wrong. They pass it back to the far side. It's a little bit too wide, intended for Trey Tuck. Stopping the clock with 17 seconds.
2nd down and 10.
Put on your seatbelt is what I remind you every time we take off out of your driveway, Nick Hampton. For the final 17 seconds, you might want to find a seatbelt in your recliner. 2nd and 10 from the 13-yard line. Pioneers. Acord takes the snap, stands, pumps once, looking to throw the down and out, trying to go to Kendrick. A pass is caught. Touchdown. Made a little spin move out on the edge and got some separation. And the quarterback, Chance Aker, laid it right in his fingertips. The PI, the big damaging blow. And the Pioneers go 75 yards to draw within a single PAT here before halftime.
And they did it in less than a minute 38, which was what they started with. So they did it about a minute 25 seconds.
12 seconds to go before halftime. On the touchdown pass, Chance Acord. That's his 25th touchdown completion of the year. The extra point is down, the kick is up, and it is good. 12 seconds left before intermission. Same way we started, deadlocked, but at 14 all, back in 30 seconds on Rougher Football 2023.
In sports, having the right winning strategy is often the difference between winning and losing. The same is true when you need legal representation. For more than 15 years, the law offices of Michael A. Finnerty have successfully provided the winning strategy with excellence and integrity for the people of the Muskogee area in matters of personal injury, social security disability, and workers' compensation issues. The law office, Muskogee trusts Michael A. Finnerty, ready to develop a winning strategy. Michael A. Finnerty, 436 Court Street in Muskogee. Call 687-1155. Online at finnertylaw.com.
with money on the table, Nick Hampton, quarterback Chance Acord goes to his favorite target all year long, the Pioneers' leading receiver. He came in with 48 receptions and 5 touchdowns, gets that one there with 12 seconds left. And with the extra point, we're deadlocked 14-14 in what has been a championship-level encounter between Muskogee and Stillwater today here at UCO.
This is a series you kind of want to put in the back of your mind and think about when this game is all over. That sure kind of takes a little air out of the sails for the Roughers, who had a lot of momentum going on, but then had the Pioneers come back in that last minute 38 to score.
It's just by an eyelash that it was pass interference, but I agree with the officials there on that call. Short pooch kick, fair catch signal for, and taken. See if the Roughers will just kneel it down here with 12 seconds to go, or if Chris Reisenhuber might try a strike.
I wouldn't think the Roughers would kneel down. That's not their playbook, I don't think.
Well, no, it's not. Quite frankly, no, it is not. When you're in need of residential assistance, whether you're trying to buy or sell your home, looking for acreage, whatever you may need, whenever it comes to real estate, you want to count on Monica Medley at Century 21 First Choice Realty. Even in today's depressed realty market, they'll find you the best price for your home. Count on Monica Medley and Century 21. Ficklin back in the pocket. Time to throw. Waits, throws underneath. This one is incomplete.
Going across the middle,
Ficklin's pass is incomplete.
trying to hit, I think that's Beasley there, and then trying to hit him on a crossing route. The pass just a little too far out in front of him.
Bird obviously told don't try to thread a needle through the eye of a storm. Now with 8 seconds to go before halftime, Roughers will come up in the victory formation. So they took their one chance. Ficklin will come up under center. He'll take it, kneel it down. The two teams will go to the halftime dressing room, tied at 14. Muskogee 14, Stillwater 14 in the game for gold here this afternoon at UCO in Edmond. Back with more Rougher football and former Rougher head football coach, and still once a Rougher, always a Rougher, Ron Freeman will be our guest. We'll talk with the Bull after this 3-minute timeout here on Rougher Football 2023.
There's never been a better time to find a great deal on a sedan, truck, or crossover at Nissan of Muskogee. Call 918-683-6605 or go to nissanofmuskogee.com. There's never been a better time to find a great deal on a sedan, truck, or crossover at Nissan of Muskogee. Call 918-683-6605 or go to nissanofmuskogee.com.
Tradition. It's a word that means a lot. Just as the tradition of the Muskogee Roughers requires commitment of great players and coaches, Lesher Millsap Funeral Home takes pride in providing great value and commitment every day with a tradition of service to the families of the Muskogee area. Just like in football, tradition must be earned on every play, every day, not just in the final score. And that's why you can trust Lesher Millsap Funeral Home to be there for you when it counts the most. Lesher Millsap Funeral Home, proud to be part of the Muskogee tradition of excellence.
The world of education is driven by numbers. So is the one company more schools and universities call on when fire or water damage strikes. 1-800-SERVPRO. The #1 choice in commercial cleanup and restoration.
When it matters most. The name to remember? ServPro of Muskogee. 918-913-4490. Online at servpro.com. Proud to be a Muskogee Rougher, Honda of Muskogee.
In the heart of Oklahoma, with Honda of Muskogee.
Our super friendly staff is here to give you the best value with honest and fair service. Call 918-68-HONDA or go to hondaofmuskogee.com.
In the heart of Oklahoma, with Honda of Muskogee.
In times of need, it's comforting to see faces of people you know and trust. Cornerstone Funeral Home in Muskogee cherishes the opportunity to be there for you and your family in life's most challenging times when friends are most important. Cornerstone Funeral Home and Crematory welcomes the opportunity to answer any questions regarding planning and pre-arrangements for you and your loved ones. Experience the difference. Cornerstone Funeral Home, 1830 North York in Muskogee, where you'll find faces you know and reputations you trust.
Jay Hodge here with Rick, a man of few words. Wow, That's one of them. And when you see the savings at J. Hodge Chevrolet Muskogee, tell them, Rick. Wow! New Silverado's 1.9% financing or $5,600 total value when you trade in an eligible vehicle.
Don't overpay. Come see Jay.
New Silverado's 1.9% financing.
Wow!
Now at J. Hodge Chevrolet Muskogee,
144 West Shawnee.
Back with you at Chad Richardson Stadium on the campus of the University of Central Oklahoma. The Class 6A-II State Championship. Muskogee Ruffers and Stillwater Pioneers all tied at 14. And it's our great pleasure to have the guy who won the last state championship for the Ruffers. Coach Ron Freeman is with us to talk a little bit about reminiscing about that. First of all, we'll kind of let you take over coaching duties here and kind of analyze this first half.
Well, I was really impressed with it. I haven't seen Muskogee play forever, and this is the first opportunity that I've been able to see them. And I like what I see. You can tell when a team is well coached, just by the way they handle the sideline, by the way they substitute people, by the way they call plays, by the way they get people in and out of games, and just by the way the whole general look of the team. They're well coached. They've done a really good job, and this is a good football game, and it's exciting. And, we're 14-14, so we're starting all over, but we still got a chance to win that thing.
You, of course, won, as we said, the championship in '86 after losing in the semis in '85. Both cold, windy, rainy days at Lewis Field and Stillwater. Yep. Talk a little bit about those 2 years.
Well, it was a great time for us, and we had some really good players, and I had some excellent coaches that worked with me. It takes a lot of people to be successful at the 6A level in football. You can't do it by yourself. I think a lot of times the head coach gets too much credit for winning the state championship because there's a lot of other people that really do a lot of the heavy lifting in any kind of program that you have. And I had some really good assistant coaches that worked for me, and we had some awfully good players. And I really think that the '85 team may have been more talented than the '86 team, but we had never been there before. And it's hard to win a state championship if you've not been there before, you've not been in the playoffs before, because it's all so new, and you're just kind of wide-eyed because things are going to happen in a playoff game, and in that week of preparation for that game, that don't normally happen. You get all kinds of television stations, college coaches around, people taking videos, all kinds of people coming to wish you well and all that, which is great. It's fun, but it's something that just doesn't normally happen in a regular season. So in a playoff run, things are different. Practices are different. The media is different. So it's just a lot different, and if you've never been there before, it's hard to win that championship the first time you're there. And I really think because of '85, and we came so close to winning that championship with, just a few seconds left, they scored, Midwest City scored and beat us. But I really think that loss really propelled us into the championship season in '86. It really, those players felt that loss, and from that point on, they really kind of dedicated themselves that we're going to come back and win this thing in '86. So I really think the '85 team propelled the '86 team into a championship, and they're just as much responsible for it as the '86 team and the '86 players.
I think that's a good similarity to what this Muskogee team today is going through after they lost to Choctaw in the semis last year. That's really been their dedication to get back to this game today and win it all.
Right. I really think it makes a huge difference. If you've been there one time, then you know what to expect. And these guys are playing like they know what to expect. So I expect them to come out here and really turn up the volume just a little bit more, because this is it. You don't get another chance.
Let's catch up a little bit on your family. Of course, Jason played for you there in Muskogee, went on to play at OU. Talk a little bit about what all the kids and now grandkids are up to.
Well, I've been blessed. Like you say, Jason played at OU and is currently coaching, and he's coached a number of different places, like most coaches have. But he's now been coaching at Heritage Hall for, it's been about six years now, I guess. Gavin started at Heritage Hall when he was a freshman, and now has gone on to play at OU. And Jason also has an older son that's a senior, Xavier, and they, in the course of that time, have won 2 state championships, and they're playing for one tomorrow night. So I'll be right back here in this same stadium tomorrow night at 7 o'clock watching Jason.
What?
It'll be a different color. Yes, it will. Yeah. Heritage Hall will be playing Lincoln Christian, and it'll be a fun game. And Xavier's had a great season. He's already had an offer, a preferred walk-on offer at OU, and he's had some Division II schools that already has offered him. So he looks like he's going to be playing college football. And then my daughter's oldest son, Race Buser, is at NSU now, and Bill's a play-by-play guy up there. We got to listen to him this year on the radio all season, and Bill does a wonderful job. Nick does a wonderful job. You guys are blessed to have these guys around because they do a super job, and I really appreciate analysts like this that are so positive, because there's a lot of times when it's real easy to be negative, it's real easy to be critical, but these guys always find a way to be positive, and they look on the positive side of things all the time. And from the coaching standpoint, that really means a lot. When you got people you know that are going to have your back when things don't go well, and unfortunately in the college world, that's going to happen occasionally. So you just have to learn to go with it, but when you have good people around that you trust, that really means a lot. My other grandkids, I've got a junior at Moore High School. He'll be senior next year. Seth, that's Jonathan's oldest son. He's a deep snapper and starts at offensive center for the Moore Lions. And I think he's got a chance to go on and play college football as well. And I've got 2 granddaughters, which are always overlooked. But you know what? My 2 granddaughters may be the best athletes of the whole group.
Wow.
I've got one that's playing volleyball at Oklahoma City University, and then the other one's at Oklahoma Christian University. Avery's at OC, and then Sarah started at Oklahoma Christian in volleyball as a freshman this last season. So she has got a chance to really be an awesome player before she gets through. So, it's fun. We actually had a calendar where we had to mark day by day whose game we're going to see, who can we not see.
I bet.
And they conflict on time to time. Sometimes you got 2 games at the same time, so we have to choose. But we try to balance it out so we get to see them all the same amount of time. But it's just a lot of fun. Jan and I go to as many games as we can, and we've been to a lot. We about ran the wheels off one of our vehicles going to games, but it's a lot of fun for us, and it's going to continue to be. Gavin will be a junior at OU, so we're looking for big things up there. And then Race will be a sophomore at NSU. We're looking for big things for him also. And and then these younger grandkids are coming also. And then Jonathan's got 2 more young ones that's also, and looks like at least the youngest one, he's in the 3rd grade now. Looks like he's got a chance to be a pretty good athlete. The other one's just a toddler, so we don't know yet. So we'll see how that goes. But we're doing great. I'm fortunate. I own a driving school in Moore, and have been working there, and most family work there for us. I've got 2 brothers that work there and a cousin that works there, and my grandson works there. So we have a lot of fun, and we're blessed, and it's really exciting for me to see Muskogee come back. And, I played high school football in Muskogee. So, my roots go way back in the Muskogee community with the people and with athletics. And so I was fortunate and blessed to have coached and played at Muskogee, and I look at those new facilities, which I haven't had a chance to go through yet, but I'm really looking forward to looking at those. Those are wonderful. I'm just so proud that Muskogee finally did that. I know when I was there, we pushed hard to try to get some of that done, and I wished, we would have had the opportunity to do that. I think it would have helped us some. But we had a good time. We had a good run. We had a lot of fun. We won a lot of ball games. And another thing that's real exciting, I got some of my former players on this staff, and that's really exciting to see those guys get in and get in the coaching world and be a part of that. So that's also a lot of fun.
Anthony McNack.
Yep,
for sure.
And the two Mays twins.
Yep,
yes,
that's right. Well, Ron, it's been great catching up with you.
Thank you.
Appreciate you coming up here,
Thank you.
of talking about that 86 game and analyzing tonight, this afternoon's game. And we wish you the best. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you, Nick. I appreciate it.
Former Rougher coach Ron Freeman with us as we talk here today. 14-14 is our game score here between the Stillwater Pioneers and the Roughers in this Class 6A-II championship game from Edmond. We'll be back with more of our halftime after this 3-minute timeout. You're watching and listening to Rougher TV.
There's really only one explanation for businesses who continue to thrive for decades on end, and that's a people-first mentality. Bravado employees live within our existing coverage area just like you. Our kids go to the same schools and play in the same leagues as yours. That's why so much of who we are consists of giving back to our communities, because your community is also our community. We are your family, your neighbors, and your leader in wireless mobility. We are Bravado Wireless, and we believe in the power of connection.
Pioneer Abstract, proudly serving residential and commercial customers throughout Muskogee County since 1905. Serving banks, mortgage companies, and mortgage brokers with refinancing, purchase, 1031 tax-deferred exchanges, along with full escrow services and more. Pioneer Abstract offers the convenience of centralized services for escrow accounts, title insurance, and title searches. Pioneer Abstract, here yesterday, here today, and here tomorrow at 412 West Broadway in downtown Muskogee, or call Pioneer Abstract at 683-2904.
Grunt's Barbecue serves up hand-rubbed, slow-cooked goodness. Anytime you're feeding a few hundred, hey, we're just tailgating with friends. Call the experts. Grunt's Barbecue. Ribs, brisket, burnt ends, mouth-watering hot link, and smoked chicken, where everything is made from scratch, from the barbecue sauce to the banana pudding. Give us a try, and you won't be disappointed. Grunt's Barbecue, 918-681-3900. Grunt's Barbecue, slow-cooked goodness in Muskogee.
I'm Kyle Edwards for Kyle Edwards Buick GMC in Muskogee and the all-new Kyle Edwards Auto Group in Shakota. With the addition of Chevrolet, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram in Shakota and Buick GMC in Muskogee, it now gives our customers a great lineup of new makes and models to choose from. We are very proud to bring you a buying experience you won't find anywhere else. If you haven't visited us yet, come give us a chance. You'll like what you see. Family-owned, customer-friendly, Kyle Edwards Buick GMC in Muskogee and Kyle Edwards Auto Group in Shakota.
Pain is temporary, pride is forever. At Excel Therapy, we want to be your athlete's advocate for excellence. We offer treatment methods that focus on strengthening muscles and improving flexibility to improve your overall performance. And when injury sets in, Excel Therapy can aid in the recovery process. We know it's important to get back in the game, so trust the comeback experts, Excel Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine. With 16 locations and no physician referral required, you can begin healing today. From setback to comeback, the name you can trust, Excel Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine. Look for us online at exceltherapyok.com.
In sports, having the right winning strategy is often the difference between winning and losing. The same is true when you need legal representation. For more than 15 years, the law offices of Michael E. Finnerty have successfully provided the winning strategy with excellence and integrity for the people of the Muskogee area in matters of personal injury, social security disability, and workers' compensation issues. The law office, Muskogee trusts Michael A. Finnerty, ready to develop a winning strategy. Michael A. Finnerty, 436 Court Street in Muskogee. Call 687-1155. Online at finnertylaw.com.
Back at Richardson Stadium on the campus of the University of Central Oklahoma in Edmond, we are at halftime of today's championship game. Muskogee Roughers, who started early with a 7-0 lead. Stillwater answered back and forth throughout the rest of the half. Pioneers getting one there late in the second quarter to send it to a halftime dressing room tied at 14 apiece. Roughers will get the football to start the third quarter. Nick, statistically, about as equal as the scoreboard.
As far as the Roughers are concerned, looking at the team stats today in this first half, Stillwater with 11 first downs, the Roughers with 9, 23 rushes for 117 yards for the Pioneers. Roughers also rushed 23 times for 71 yards, but the Roughers only edge in passing, 75 yards passing on 5 of 6 for Ficklin. The Pioneers a line of 11 for Acord for 54 yards. So Stillwater with 171 yards in total offense. The Ruffers with 146 yards. And let's see, punting, Ruffers have a 39-yard average on 2 punts. Penalties, relatively small for the most part. 2 penalties for 16 yards against the Pioneers, 3 for 34 for the Ruffers. Ruffers 2 of 7 on third down, or 3 of 5 on third down, and the Pioneers 2 of 7. Leading rusher for the Ruffers is Ficklin. He has 14 carries for 52 yards. And for the Pioneers, Holden Thompson, who had 156 the first time against the Ruffers, been held fairly well in check for the Ruffers. 14 carries for 67 yards. A lot of that coming on that last possession by the Pioneers. Ruffers had held him pretty well in check up to that point.
8-play drive, 75 yards, and the touchdown Acord to Kendrick for the game-time score. Halftime score 14-14. 24 minutes left in the 2023 football season. Before we go to this 90-second break, let me say this. Muskogee, you have turned out in mass. It is a sea of green down below us on the home sides here at Chad Richardson Stadium. Outpouring of spirit supporting this football team. It is all one effort. Muskogee, whether it's football team, cheerleaders, band, dance team, whether it's the student body, the faculty and administration of the public schools of Muskogee, headed up by Dr. Jared Mendenhall, as well as fans across the city and across the state here today, proud to wear the green, including the Bull, Ron Freeman, who was our guest here at halftime. Back with the second half kick. Ruffers will have the football to begin the third quarter when we return to Edmond. 14-14, Muskogee and Stillwater, back after this on Ruffer Football 2023.
There's never been a better time to find a great deal on a sedan, truck, or crossover at Nissan of Muskogee. Call 918-6A-III-6605 or go to nissanofmuskogee.com. There's never been a better time to find a great deal on a sedan, truck, or crossover at Nissan of Muskogee. Call 918-6A-III-6605 or go to nissanofmuskogee.com.
Tradition. It's a word that means a lot. Just as the tradition of the Muskogee Ruffers requires commitment of great players and coaches, Lesher Millsap Funeral Home takes pride in providing great value and commitment every day with a tradition of service to the families of the Muskogee area. Just like in football, tradition must be earned on every play, every day, not just in the final score. And that's why you can trust Lesher Millsap Funeral Home to be there for you when it counts the most. Lesher Millsap Funeral Home, proud to be part of the Muskogee tradition of excellence.
The world of education is driven by numbers. So is the one company more schools and universities call on when fire or water damage strikes. 1-800-SERVPRO. The #1 choice in commercial cleanup and restoration.
When it matters most. The name to remember? ServPro of Muskogee. 918-913-4490. Online at servpro.com. Bill Huddleston, Nick Hampton. Halfway through this championship matchup, and Nick, like two heavyweight boxers just slugging it out. I don't want to call them junior heavyweights or even middleweights that go throwing a whole lot more punches. This has just been two teams kind of exchanging blows, kind of playing for their opportunity and capitalizing on their opportunities through the first two quarters. Muskogee will get the first shot here to begin the third.
You and I were talking on the way over here today about this game, and I think we both kind of concur that we felt it would be a game that came down to a one possession kind of who has the ball last kind of game, and that's kind of the way it's shaped up so far. The Ruffers have avoided the turnovers, which have bugged them the last several weeks in games. Neither team, in fact, has turned the ball over so far in this game, which is pretty good tribute considering the cool temperatures that they've had to play in today.
Well, certainly one big penalty, though, right there before halftime was a major deciding factor in perhaps Stillwater being able to score. Don't know what would have happened those waning moments, but certainly had made it a much easier situation. But that's all in the past. You can't look in the rearview mirror now, Nick. You have 24 minutes to go out and determine your fate. And for the Ruffers, it has been a dream since last year, walking off the turf there in Ada against Choctaw to play here today.
Well, you mentioned, and I thought it was interesting what Ron Freeman said about his teams in 85 and 86 and how the loss in the semifinals in 85 inspired that team to go on and win in 86. And hopefully that's going to be the same thing this year for this edition of the Muskogee Ruffers.
And if my memory serves me correctly, Travis Hill said when the Ruffers come back and they win it all next year, those seniors from a year ago that helped start this foundation will get a ring as well.
That's right, and I saw that somewhere in print earlier today or this week as well. So I think that's a promise that he intends to fulfill for those guys who left last year.
So we're just about ready to kick off the third quarter of play. Last night, Nick, a game that was delayed by Mother Nature better than 2 hours before kickoff. And I think the weather conditions hampering play of both teams. Wagner with 6 turnovers, losing by the final count of 19-14. And the Blanchard Lions, who broke the 48-game winning streak several seasons ago in 2017, I think that was. Last night here in this very same stadium, got a 19-14 win to host the Goy Ball.
4 interceptions and 2 fumbles for the Bulldogs last night.
And still got beat by just 5 points.
And they had more yardage, about 80 more yards in total offense than did Blanchard, but the turnovers just hurt them. They had 198 yards in passing, but on the ground the Bulldogs had only 17 yards in the game, with the stats here. Yeah, they had 172 yards on the ground, almost 200 passing, so 370. But the turnovers hurt them. 1 of 7 on third down conversions in the game for the Bulldogs didn't help any either. But the turnovers, and I think just about all of them came in the second half too.
So it'll be 24 minutes to play for goal. Will it be Stillwater with a repeat, or will it be the Ruffers for the first time since 1986?
Kendrick ready to kick it off, and here we go.
He'll pooch it a little bit deeper this time. Ruffers will field it around the 26, out across the 30, and then push forward and out of bounds right at the, I think that'll be at the 35-yard line where they'll mark it.
I think that's Bowler returning for the Ruffers. So the Ruffers will get decent field position starting at their own 36, knotted up at 14 here as we start the third quarter.
Nick, I told you this last week, and we didn't get a chance to do it, but I'm going to tell you right now, Ruffer win here today. Me and you, we'll find friends, too. We'll head out to my place for some barbecue. We'll even ask our producer to wait on us tomorrow at the cafe. 1st and 10 Ruffers. Little pitch out sweep out on the edge at the 35, across the 40, 45, across midfield goes Andre Beasley.
There's the missing element from that first game. Beasley looked like they had him pinned back behind the line or at the line of scrimmage. He manages to turn the Jets on, get around the corner, and get all the way into Pioneer territory at the 48. That'll be 16 yards.
To the 48-yard line, and a Kyle Edwards Buick GMC Ruffer first down and 10. Andre this time will go out of the hash to the left side. Caden McGee outside on the numbers to the left. Ficklin's going to hand off in traffic. Johnson between a small glimpse of light. Will shoot forward downfield for about a 2-yard pickup to the 46. 2nd and 8.
Johnson's got 32 yards now on the ground.
Go back and finish my dinner invitations for you tomorrow night. My Place Barbecue West. I don't know if you want the plate or the ribs, but we're going to celebrate with the Ruffer win. Ruffers this time will run a little counter exchange, and there's a whistle flying, and the Ruffers are moving up front prior to the snap. So that 5-yard penalty will back it up. That'll be, for the afternoon, the 4th penalty on the Ruffers for now 39 yards. Moving it back across the midfield stripe to the 49, where it'll remain 2nd down and 13. What are you going to order? What are you going to have Madison bring to you?
I'm going to have the plate.
All right, the barbecue plate. Okay, well, I haven't quite decided. I may even ask Maddie what she thinks is the best thing to do. Same play again. They'll run the little fake counter inside. Johnson's going to take it inside the 50, the 45, and launches his way downfield to the 43-yard line. So that'll be a 9-yard pickup on the 2nd down carry by Latavian Johnson. And the Ruffers will have a 3rd and 5 situation here. 10:30 left in the third quarter. Stillwater 14, Muskogee 14. The two teams at 10-2 on the year, battling for the state championship. McGee, the single receiver outside to the right, outside the numbers. Chris Reisenhofer changing the initial signal in to Ficklin. Bird will stand 5 yards off the line of scrimmage. He'll take the snap and then waist up the middle, 45, 40, on his feet at the 35, dragging tacklers inside the 35 to the 33-yard line.
Finally, Kendrick gets him down around the ankles and brings him down for the Pioneers, but a gain of 10 on the run, down to the 33, and a first down for the Ruffers.
Kyle Edwards, Buick GMC, first down at 10, another one of the Ruffer partners of our broadcast on live stream and on the radio here in 2023.
62 yards on the ground today for Ficklin.
This drive started at the Muskogee 35 after the second half kickoff. McGee's out wide to the right. They'll run the jet sweep, trying to come back near side to Beasley. This time trying to get to the edge. Now hurdles a tackler at the 35, 30, 25, on his feet, just refusing to go down in backfield.
Wow.
Waited, hurdled the would-be tackler, and takes the ball to the 19-yard line. That is a 14-yard run for Andre Beasley, and a 1st and 10. Kyle Edwards, Buick GMC, Ruffer first down at the 19-yard line.
And a play that should have been about a 5 or 6 yard loss, as they had Beasley on the run back behind the line, and again he just finds a way to motor it up the field.
McGee in this time will stand on the numbers to the right side. Andre out to the left. Johnson the running back. Ficklin will take it. He'll hand it off to Johnson. Oh, Beasley, Ficklin's going to pull it at the 10. Dives for the pylon. Did he get in? Referee, did he get in?
Yes!
Bird flying from the 3, stretching the ball into the pylon. It goes to the turf. Ruffers have gone 65 for 6 points. Ficklin on the run.
What a great fake by Ficklin. I think we both got faked out on that one. We thought he had to give it to Johnson. He kept it, went around right in. Pioneers caught up with him too late.
So now Val Espinosa will try to make it a 7-point margin. The ball's down. The kick is up. It is through the uprights. Good. Ruffers take the opening kick, and the kicker got knocked down after the boot. But the extra point is good. It's 21-14 Muskogee. Back to Edmond in 30 seconds on Ruffer Football 2023. Proud to be a Muskogee Ruffer, Honda of Muskogee.
In the heart of Oklahoma, with Honda of Muskogee.
Our super friendly staff is here to give you the best value with honest and fair service. Call 918-68-HONDA or go to hondamuskogee.com.
In the heart of Oklahoma, with Honda of Muskogee.
Time of possession, 2 minutes and 31 seconds. Ficklin and Beasley with huge plays. Andre on a 14-yard run to set it up at the 19, and the very next play, Ficklin fakes everybody out of their shorts, including 2 broadcasters here, and rumbles in from 19 yards out for the score. So now Espinosa will kick off. And he pooches this one high. It'll be fielded by the Pioneers at the 20. This is Tuck trying to get a blocker in front across the 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, and pushing his way up to near the 45-yard line goes Trey Tuck.
Nice run by Tuck as he caught it on the left side, ran around to the right, got a couple of blockers out in front of him, and then just drags a couple of would-be tacklers another 3 or 4 yards.
1st and 10.
1st and 10 for the Pioneers. They have the ball at their own 44.
Moving from right to left, or in the all-white uniforms with the blue numbers. Quarterback Chance Acord with the running back to his left. They'll hand it off to Thompson, trying to come straight ahead and got hit hard.
Flag comes in late.
I saw a flag coming in late, too.
Right at the point of the tackle. That may be a hold against the Pioneers inside. They're moving backwards.
Personal foul. Illegal hands to the face on the offense. 15-yard penalty.
Just as damaging is the illegal hands to the face by one of the offensive linemen. Had a mark at 10 yards from the previous spot.
15.
Or from the 15 from the previous spot, which is back to the 29.
3rd penalty against the Pioneers.
Something that Stillwater throughout the year, Nick, turnovers and penalties have been relatively free. So now on a 1st and a bunch, 1st and 25. Acord's going to give it to Thompson straight ahead through a small crease. He'll spin, fight his way across the 30 and up to the 37, maybe as they mark it. Forward progress at the 36.
15 carries for 74 yards for Holden Thompson today for the Pioneers.
So now second down from the 36. Have to go to the 46 in rougher territory. Second and 18. Play action. Looking to run or throw. Upfield, throws it deep on a sliding catch at the knee. Across the way, making the catch. That's Trey Tuck. No, that's Kendrick Jones.
Yep.
Jones coming back and going across the field, actually coming back. He's down at the 49-yard line. So it'll be 3rd and 5. Have to go to the 46 in rougher territory. Now Ford will move over as a blocking back to the left. Hard cadence, nobody jumps. Kendrick and Jones are out wide to the left. Tuck to the right. Acord will give to Thompson. Straight ahead with power. Don't think he got the first down. He's short at the 49-yard line.
3 or 4 yards short still.
Anthony Watson, one of those rougher defenders up front. Keon Brewer, Vernon Papiakata.
Thompson gets 2 from 149 to the other, but they're still 3 yards short on 4th down.
So they have to go to the 46. Kendrick going to keep it himself. He's going to throw for it. He's got Ford open inside the 45. Little play action, and they go to the big tight end, the OSU commit, who most of the time is a blocking back, fullback type. This time he's the designated receiver. He makes his 18th catch of the year and gets to the 40-yard line, 1st and 10, Stillwater.
9-yard gain on play and that first down, as Bill said.
Second time the Pioneers have converted on 4th down. This time they'll play action again. They're going to sling it out in space. Intended for Ford. He makes a great one-handed grab. Kind of a sidearm delivery by Acord. And Ford able to secure his big hands on it. He'll take it inside the 35 to the 33. That'll be 7 yards on the pickup.
Kind of caught the Roughers a little flat-footed on that play as they ran it quickly. Swanson out there to run him out of bounds.
This time they'll hand it off to Thompson going right, cuts back to his left midfield, 20, 15, 10, inside the 10 to the 5, stretches for the goal line, touchdown, Stillwater.
No, I don't think he got in. He's down at the 1.
Official's going to say, okay, he's going to come in and say the knee hit the turf inside the 1.
32 yards on the play, inside the 1.
32-yard run by Holden Thompson. So it'll be 1st and goal to go for Stillwater. These two teams are throwing haymakers here today. Kendrick will be as the running back. He'll just take it straight ahead on the Wildcat, and with the surge of the offensive line, is into the end zone, touchdown.
And that's a Stillwater touchdown.
Kendrick on the 1-yard run. He's had success here the afternoon. He caught the touchdown pass just before half. He scores there. He scored earlier on a 1-yard run out of that Wildcat set. So now it'll be Brody Long to try to go 3 for 3 on the day. Snap is back, kicks away. It splits the uprights.
No,
it hit the upright. Hit the upright and bounds wide to the left. No good. 6:56 left. It's still our Rougher lead, 21-20. Back with more from UCO on the campus of the Broncos, the high site of the 2023 state championship. Muskogee and Stillwater, Roughers on front by 1 when we return in 30 seconds in Rougher Football 2023.
In times of need, it's comforting to see faces of people you know and trust. Cornerstone Funeral Home in Muskogee cherishes the opportunity to be there for you and your family in life's most challenging times when friends are most important. Cornerstone Funeral Home and Crematory welcomes the opportunity to answer any questions regarding planning and pre-arrangements for you and your loved ones. Experience the difference. Cornerstone Funeral Home, 1830 North York in Muskogee, where you'll find faces you know and reputations you trust.
A 7-play drive, 55 yards. With Talon Kendrick going over from 1 yard out for his 3rd score of the afternoon, but the extra point was no good. 21-20. Roughers will signal for a fair catch. Siobhan Washington will take it at the 35. So, Nick, sometimes you'd rather be lucky than good. I think that was always the phrase of our friend Joe Gordon, who was a former Rougher football coaching assistant back when I first got started.
Back in another one of those guys that Coach Freeman had on his staff.
Of course, went on for a great career there at Wagner High School and also with the Indian Capital Technology Center. Joe sent me a text earlier this week. Nick, you know what he said. Bet the farm.
Yep, that's right.
1st and 10 for the Ruffers from the 35-yard line. Motion, counter, handoff in traffic. This is Latavian Johnson. Pioneers stack it up at the line of scrimmage. Actually a loss of a yard.
Nowhere to go on that one as they tried to cut it back inside on the misdirection, but the Pioneers would have none of it. So back to the 34 makes it 2nd and 11.
2nd down and 11 yards to go here in the third quarter. 6:35 in the clock running. Muskogee 21, Stillwater 20. Back and forth all day long. Can the Ruffers find another way to strike? Trips out wide to the left. Single receiver to the boundary opposite side. Ficklin back in the pocket. Blitz up the middle. Throw the underneath route to Caden McGee. Has blocker to the edge. 40. Midfield. McGee cuts across 45. Heist hurdles the tackler and goes to his hips on a slide at the 39-yard line. Big play. McGee with the big play from the 34 on one end to the 39 on the other. 16 up. Another 11 down. 27 yards. A Kyle Edwards Buick GMC. Ruffer 1st down and 10.
And another big block out there by Anthony Watson to spring him. Sealed off that defensive back and gave him room to run around the end.
But it changes the field position as well, Nick. Ruffers with the football. 5:48 in the clock running. Andre Beasley will be the single wide out to the left. Jamie Beasley to the right. Ficklin will take it. He'll give it off to Johnson in traffic. Breaks out of one tackle, sidesteps another. Gets his way down to the 34-yard line. 5 yards on the 1st down, and then there's a penalty flag after the play. That's going to be a personal foul on one of the Pioneers. Clock showing 5:31 after the run by Latavian Johnson.
After the play was over, personal foul on the defense. 15-yard penalty, 1st down.
So the 15-yard walk-off will give the Ruffers possession. 1st and goal, 1st and 10 from the 19-yard line in the red zone. Just a little overheated on one moment. Cost the Pioneers a crucial penalty. That for Stillwater is their 4th of the afternoon for 46 yards. Ruffers will have Beasley and McGee to the wide side right. Ficklin 4 steps off the line of scrimmage. Gives it to Johnson. Broke out of the first contact and fights to get downfield. Fumbles the football down toward the goal line. Scooped up by the Ruffers into the end zone. Did they call him down? I think they're going to rule it down.
Yep, they are.
The ball was stripped free. Ruffers picked it up. Andre picked it up in the end zone, but they called the play dead. Now, you can call that a good fortune for the Ruffers. The game will be 3, and Muskogee will still have the football. Latavian Johnson had it ripped out of his hands, but the official came in quickly, pointing to the turf that his knee was down. 2nd and 7 with trip forwards on the scoreboard clock. Here in the third, Muskogee 21, Stillwater 20 from Richardson Stadium on the campus of the University of Central Oklahoma in the game for gold. Ficklin this time will take it on a power sweep coming to the near side. Darts inside of one tackler and refusing to go down in the backfield. He'll get back close to the line of scrimmage. May have lost one on that play.
Josh Ford making the tackle for the Pioneers, and yeah, like you said, back to the 17, so a loss of 1. Only about the 2nd or 3rd negative run that Ficklin's had all day on 17 carries.
Jaden Swanson comes in. Washington goes out, so the Ruffers will have an extra skill player or an extra receiver in this play set.
3rd down, 3rd and 8.
Swanson and Andre Beasley will go wide left. McGee outside the numbers to the boundary right. Ficklin takes the snap. Straight drop back. Throw the ball screen inside. This is Watson to the 15. Ant-Man at the 10. To the 5.
He'll have the 1st down.
It's just like trying to step out in front of a semi-truck out on the turnpike, Nick, but there is a flag down. Ruffers may get called for a hold.
Right around the 14 is where Watson was picking up a head of steam, and yeah, someone may have gotten handsy out there for the Ruffers.
Well, you hear the sea of vocal disapproval right down below us, Nick. A massive turnout today here by the Ruffer Nation at UCO. So the penalty erases the huge play. It'll still be 3rd down. Ruffers at the 24 will have 3rd and 15. So
So Watson gets 3 yards out of that reception for the penalty. Now the Ruffers are going to call timeout.
We'll do the same. 3:41 to go here in the third. Muskogee 21, Stillwater 20. Ruffers trying to add to it when we come back after this 30-second timeout of Ruffer football in 2023.
Jay Hodge here with Rick, a man of few words. Wow! That's one of them. And when you see the savings at Jay Hodge Chevrolet Muskogee, tell them, Rick. Wow! New Silverados, 1.9% financing or $5,600 total value when you trade in an eligible vehicle.
Don't overpay. Come see Jay.
New Silverados, 1.9% financing.
Wow!
Now at Jay Hodge Chevrolet Muskogee,
144 West Shawnee.
Bill Huddleston, Nick Hampton back with you at Chad Richardson Stadium. Nick, what a facility here on the UCO campus. A perfect place for the OSSAA to partner with UCO to host championship week for 2 weekends in a row. Last night, the 4A title. This afternoon, the 6A-II. Tonight, the 6A-I. 5A and 3A tomorrow. Then next weekend is 2A and A here. Just a beautiful environment and a championship setting and a great turnout of fans, even on a Friday afternoon.
And a cold Friday afternoon at that.
You need my jacket? 3rd and 15 for the Ruffers from the 24. Ficklin out of the gun with trips out wide to the left. Back in the pocket goes Bird. Going to throw it down deep. Looking to throw to the end zone. This one's thrown too long and it's picked off. It is intercepted, but wait a minute. There's a penalty flag on the play. Kendrick had, I think it was him that made the INT, but from the body reactions of the players and the body language, this one's going against Stillwater.
May have been a hold on someone in the defensive secondary.
Defensive holding.
Boy, that's a big play.
Yeah,
wow.
It's only a 5-yard penalty, but it's a 10-yard penalty. It'll be 3rd and 5, but more importantly, Nick, it's still Ruffer football.
Well, that's the big thing, yeah.
3rd down and 5.
That's the 5th penalty against the Pioneers.
So Ruffers must reach the 9. Jaden Swanson, Caden McGee, and Andre Beasley again to the left. Watson to the boundary right. Ficklin takes the snap, slings it underhanded, out to Andre Beasley. Got a blocker in front, at the 10, at the 5, tight ropes the sideline. They'll say stepped out at the 2. It'll be 1st and goal to go. And on this play, Virginia, there are no hankies.
And look and see, I think that was Swanson who was out there leading the play, making that block for the Ruffers and the block for Beasley to get around the corner. Yep.
So the ball at the 3-yard line as the Ruffers do a little bit of the same type of quick out routes like Stillwater did in that earlier matchup. 1st and goal to go from the 3. Ficklin will go under center. He'll take his snap and try to get a tidal wave surge straight ahead. Touchdown, Muskogee! 65 yards on the drive in a series that had turnovers for both teams erased. And the Muskogee Ruffers have added another touchdown here with an extra point to make it an 8-point game. Ficklin on the 3-yard quarterback touchdown run.
Big extra point here for the Ruffers.
3:24 left here in the 3rd. Snap behind, but the ball picked up quickly by the Ruffers. Val Espinosa hammers it through, and it's Muskogee 28, Stillwater 20. Nick Hampton, it's time to talk about our friends at Outdoor Renovations LLC. I know the weather has turned to the winter look, but you can freshen up your outdoor patio. Maybe you want one of those hangovers on the back patio. Maybe you want to protect yourself from the elements during the summertime, maybe around your pool. Maybe you just want to put up something out there in the backyard or in the front yard. Outdoor Renovations has all kinds of options for you, and you can count on them to get not only the job done at a professional look, but also at a very, very affordable price. Check them out online. Outdoor Renovations LLC. They're your friend. They're easy to find on Facebook, and they're proud to be a part of Ruffer football here in 2023. Ruffers 28, Stillwater 20.
Ficklin with his 3rd touchdown today.
That's exactly right.
And actually 4th if you count the pass to Beasley.
just as he did ago, engineering this offense and engineering this football team. Travis Hill put it very plainly and succinctly last night. He is our leader. Espinosa with the kick. Deep pooch kick. Pioneers, Tuck will take it at the 21, try to dart to the left and get it on the corner. Has some interference there. Ruffers go underneath and take Tuck to the turf at the 32. Ruffer football brought to you by Cornerstone Funeral Home, J. Hodge Chevrolet, by Bravado Wireless and the Power of Connection, by Pioneer Abstract, Mark Luttrell and his team taking care of all of your needs when it comes to proving your property ownership, by Runts Barbecue, who's been the host for our Tuesday night coaches show, and they have never let you go home hungry. Runts Barbecue, it's just a little better barbecue. 1st and 10 for Stillwater from their own 32-yard line, 3:18 to go. Handoff, Thompson coming left, Ruffers. Timmy Moore makes the first contact. He'll bounce off Moore, but into the hands of the Ruffer defender.
Thompson on carry for 5.
There to help out was Jaden Smith. Gain of 5 on the first down carry to the 37. Quickly up to the line of scrimmage, the Pioneers back to Thompson, trying to go right this time, crossing the 40 and spinning his way up to about the 41. Needed 5, got 4, it'll be 3rd and a yard to go.
Thompson just bulldozing his way down the field, now with 117 yards on the ground.
Ford will line up as a blocking back to the right, twins out wide to the left. Going to again give it off to Thompson, trying to get out on the edge as they block from the outside in, and then downfield, Ford pile driving one of the Ruffer defenders, Koda Barnowski. But the gain by Thompson goes to the 44. 3-yard pickup, 1st and 10 Stillwater.
1st and 10.
Pioneers trying to go tempo. Snap back, hand off to Thompson again, waits, and then there is a big green wall waiting to stop him just past the line of scrimmage at the 46. A gain of 2.
After a gain of 2.
Excel Physical Therapy, Buffalo Wild Wings, who will present our Ruffer Player of the Game, both offensively and defensively here in today's championship encounter. Lesher Millsap Funeral Home, part of Ruffer football again here in 2023. 2nd and 8. Acord will move forward over as a blocker to the right. They'll hand it off to Thompson, trying to go power right. Ruffers got out there but couldn't contain. And then the extra effort by Thompson will get to the edge. And he'll have a first down carry to the 44-yard line on the opposite end. 10-yard run and a Stillwater first down at the Muskogee 44. So in 5 plays, Pioneers have gone from their own 32 to the Ruffer 44. Again, the same plays a moment ago. Thompson will duck inside, breaks through the crease at the 35, at the 30, and he'll be tripped up and tackled at the 26-yard line. Pioneers just going power running game and using Holden Thompson to do the extra yardage work after contact. 18 yards on that run.
Thompson just chewing up the yardage, 28 yards in the last 2 carries for him.
Kendrick again, actually it's Thompson again, going to his right. He stood up just past the line of scrimmage at the 26-yard line.
Thompson again on the carry.
Vernon Pepiakata, one of the Ruffer defenders up front, making the grab around the waist of Thompson after a 1-yard pickup. Clock down to 1 minute here in the 3rd quarter left. Ruffers out in front, 28-20, in case you've just joined in. We'll remind you the audio is only available during the live. We'll have the video for you Sunday night at 6 on Ruffer TV. 1st and 10. Thompson taking the handoff. Jitterbugs one at the line of scrimmage and then just keeps chopping the feet in fast motion. He'll power his way down to the 22.
And that was Booth carrying that time he was in the game.
So a 3-yard pickup to the, 4-yard pickup to the 21. Clock down to 30 seconds here in quarter number 3. I look for the Pioneers trying to do a little quick pitch. Nick, a little quick strike. Watch for Ford coming out of the backfield. 3rd and 5. Motion across. Direct snap, handed off. This is Thompson. Has the first down marker, or close to the first down marker. They're going to stop him short at the 17. 3 seconds, 2, and we'll go to the final quarter with 12 minutes to play, and the Ruffers fighting to hold on to a 28-20 advantage. Muskogee Ruffers and the Stillwater Pioneers through 3 quarters. With everything to be laid on the ground here this afternoon in Edmond, Muskogee 28, Stillwater 20. Back for the final and 4th quarter after this 30-second timeout of Ruffer Football 2023.
Runt's Barbecue serves up hand-rubbed, slow-cooked goodness. Anytime you're feeding a few hundred, hey, we're just tailgating with friends. Call the experts. Runt's Barbecue. Ribs, brisket, burnt ends, mouth-watering hot link, and smoked chicken. Where everything is made from scratch, from the barbecue sauce to the banana pudding. Give us a try, and you won't be disappointed. Runt's Barbecue. 918-681-3900. Runt's Barbecue. Slow-cooked goodness in Muskogee.
So ready to start the final 12 minutes here at Chad Richardson Stadium at the University of Central Oklahoma. Ruffers leading 28-20, but the Pioneers on the drive inside the Ruffer 20-yard line at the 18. We'll have a 4th down coming up. 4th down and a yard to go from the 18-yard line.
And there is no question what the Pioneers will do here.
I got a feeling that Mr. Thompson will have the ball in his hands again.
Well, you also see, coming in, as he's done so effectively all year long, has been Kendrick.
Talon
Kendrick. He'll line up as the Wildcat or the quarterback. 4th and a yard to go. Mark the ball ready for play. Kendrick just going to keep it. Has the 1st down yardage and some extra as the forward shove of the offensive line up front. The big heavies doing the work in the offensive line. Cord Nelson and Quentin Robinson and another returner from a year ago, Nolan Lance, pushing the pile to the 14, 1st and 10. Again, Kendrick stays as the quarterback. He'll run out of that Wildcat package. Got sealed inside, Ruffer defense, but up quickly, Deion Bowler comes. And he'll take Kendrick out of bounds on a hard hit right at the 9-yard line. 5-yard pickup.
Thompson leading the way out there, blocking for him that time, and threw a nice block, got him a couple of extra yards.
Fluence everybody inside and then just let Thompson lead the way. Again, the same plays a moment ago. This is Kendrick. He waits and then gets stood up at about the 6. That'll be a 3-yard gain. It'll be 3rd and 2 for Stillwater.
Remember earlier in the game, Kendrick took that Wildcat position and took them all the way in from the 35-yard line in for the score.
Tan Booth comes in now to replace Kendrick. Thompson is also there. 3rd and 2 Pioneers. Motion across, and there's procedure up front. 2 men went in motion. The 2 tight ends, Nehemiah Coloni and Josh Ford, both move simultaneously. That's an automatic 5-yard penalty. So the Pioneers hurting themselves with a crucial penalty here. This will be their 6th for 61 yards.
Now let's see if that changes the play call at all and whether they'll stick with the Wildcat.
And they will. Yep. Booth and Thompson. Coloni will shift over to the left side. High snap. Running back takes it. That is Tan Booth, but he's not going to get much if he gets any. Stood up right at the 11-yard line. No gain. It'll be 4th down. And now, will the Pioneers opt for the 3? It doesn't look like it as they send the quarterback Chance Acord back in. And quickly, the Pioneers have 2 receivers out wide to the right. Hard count. Nobody bites. 10:30 in the clock running. Ruffers 28, Stillwater 20. Trying to deny Stillwater points here on a 4th down stand. Snap is back. Acord waits. Now he scrambles. Looking to run or throw. He's under pressure. He throws this one away, and it's on a bounce. Incomplete. Pressure that time from TT. Travion Houston got at the face of the quarterback. The pass skips off the turf as it's intended for Holden Thompson. Ruffers will stand their ground. They will take over 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Great defensive stand by the Ruffers after the Pioneers had just run the ball down their throat from the 32 all the way down as far as the 9. But then the Ruffers bow up and hold them back.
11-yard line where the Ruffers will take over, leading 28-20. Nick, I said it would take 35 for the Ruffers to win. I think if you add another touchdown here, It's going to put a lot of pressure on the Pioneers, but it's an 89-yard march.
Let's take our time doing it.
Ficklin with the running back to his right. Brings motion. Pioneers want to stunt. They'll hand it off inside to Johnson, and he's trapped right at the line of scrimmage. Good play that time by the defense of the Pioneers. Caleb Humble going to lose a yard, actually back to the 9.
Johnson 13 carries for 46 yards now for the Roughers.
Swanson comes out. Anthony Watson comes back in. Clock taking extra seconds off every play. 9:47 and counting. 2nd and 12. Ficklin out of the shotgun. Two tight formation. Calls his own number. Tries to find a crease. Got a little push from behind. He'll fall forward back to the 11. Maybe the 12.
Athen Nichols, the linebacker, got him by the ankles and wouldn't let go, and then he got a little help. So a couple of yards gained by Bird up to the 11.
3rd down and 10. Have to go the 21-yard line. McGee and Beasley will go split wide outside the hash to the right. Jaden Swanson is to the left. Ficklin, straight drop back. Pressure off the edge. Throw it up in space. Open is Swanson at the 25. He'll scamper upfield to the 26 before he steps out of bounds. That's more than enough for a Kyle Edwards Buick GMC Rougher. 1st down and 10.
Big 15-yard play, and Swanson was wide open. Someone busted on the coverage for the Pioneers, and Swanson was all by himself out there in the flat.
Clock stopped as Swanson went out of bounds on that play. It'll start again on the snap of the football. Ruffers 1st and 10 from their own 26-yard line after a 4th down stand. Pioneers show blitz. Ficklin through a crease, darts outside to the 30, trying to find an extra running room. They'll twist his body and fall forward. They'll say his hips went to the turf right at the 30-yard line, so it'll be a 4-yard pickup. But more importantly, Nick, precious seconds ticking away. 8:47, 8:46 left here in the 4th. Ruffers on top by 8, 28-20.
Ficklin approaching the 100-yard mark rushing this afternoon. 89 yards on 20 carries.
2nd and 6. McGee, the lone receiver, out wide right. Andre Beasley is to the boundary left. Ficklin will step up and bark out instructions to his offensive line. Pioneers want to show blitz, hand it off on a little rush play straight ahead to Latavia Johnson, grinding, pushing, shoving out across the 35 to near the 1st down 6. They say it is just enough. 6 yards for LJ at another Kyle Edwards Buick GMC. 1st down and 10.
Big play there for the Ruffers. Get a new set of downs, keep the clock running.
Nick, you can get rid of almost 30 seconds between every snap. McGee now will go wide to the right. Beasley to the boundary, short side left. Ficklin takes the waist high snap. Waits for a little bit of a crease. There's a penalty flag. This one's coming back. It's going to be a hold. The offensive lineman up front grabbing a white jersey. And perhaps the guy that was held was Josh Ford because he picked up the flag and handed it back to the referee.
Holding. Offense. Previous spot. 10-yard penalty. 1st down.
That'll be the 6th penalty for now 59 yards on the Ruffers here today. So to back it up 10 to the
40s or to the
from
20,
the spot of the foul, they actually
moved it back a little farther. Yeah,
move it up to the 26. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, all right, that's better.
You and I were also sound. That makes 12 yards, not 10. Clock running with 7:40 and counting in the 4th. Ficklin out of the gun. Blitz comes up the middle. Bird wants to throw. Got hit right in the face. There's going to be a roughing the passer call. McGee making the catch upfield at the 43-yard line. Bird got destroyed.
What a great catch, though, by McGee out there.
Not sure if that was Coloni or Ford that hit Ficklin, but it was easy call for the referee, and here's the interpretation of the foul.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Over the head.
So the 17-yard pass play goes. The plus 15 on the personal foul, late hit on the quarterback, and the Ruffers have a Kyle Edwards Buick GMC 1st down and 10 at the Pioneer 42-yard line.
What a great catch by McGee. He just did a flat go route and then planted his foot and cut to the sideline, and he was open out there, and then made a good one-handed
And credit Ficklin knowing the face was going to get hit for delivering that pass on target. Now Bird will hand it off to Johnson through a crease at the 40, downfield to the 35, maybe the 34. 8 yards on the run, blocking up front, doing its job in the offensive line. Harvey, Houston, Henry, Pepiakata, and Brewer with from time to time Stevenson and Chavez.
You can feel the energy of that rougher offense as they power their way down the field. They can feel it. They know another score will be big.
7:05 in the clock running. Ficklin again to Johnson, straight ahead, has the first down and change. He's inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
Johnson again on the carry.
From the 34 to the 28, 6 more for LJ. And the ground game creates another Kyle Edwards Buick GMC. Rutherford first down and 10.
First and 10.
Who says the temperature is cold outside, Nick?
They're not feeling it, I can tell you that.
You're hugging yourself, trying to keep yourself warm. I'm so sky high. First and 10 from the 28-yard line. Beasley by himself out on the left. Snap inside. Johnson through another big hole. 25. On his second effort will dive to about the 20-yard line. Offensive line just creating huge gaps up front. Caleb Houston, the young man whose name gets pronounced about as many times as Vernon Pepiakata, with a big block there.
You mentioned it, and you just can't overstate how well that offensive line is playing. Especially, boy, on this drive. They have just opened up big holes for Johnson.
A 5-member unit that averages 278 pounds per man. And the lightweight is the center, Braden Henry. He's at 260. Ficklin this time will turn. He'll hand it off to Johnson again, darting his way through tacklers to the 20, near the 16-yard line. That'll be more than enough than what was needed for another one of those Kyle Edwards Buick GMC Rutherford first down and 10.
4 more yards for Johnson gives him now 78 yards on 18 carries.
This will be the 12th play in this drive that started back at the Rutherford 11 after the goal line stand. First and 10 from the 16. Beasley to the boundary left, McGee to the right. Extra blocking back Javon Washington. Ficklin with Johnson to his left. He hands it off, and as he does, contact made. Talon Kendrick coming up to make the stop. Be a loss of a yard, but the clock becoming the friend of the Roughers, Nick. If they could tally 3 or even possibly 6 here, it would be a major, major advantage. This possession started at the 10-16 mark.
Back at the 11-yard line.
So it's been almost 6 minutes time of possession. Could this be the drive for the goal ball? Ficklin with Johnson to his right. Keeps it himself, got wrapped up, and he's going to be body slammed. Nehemiah Coloni, 6'3", 231-pound sophomore, a little twist stunt inside, will sack.
Josh Ford leading the tackle game.
Loss of 3 back to the 20.
So back-to-back minus yardage plays, ball right in the middle field. Josh Ford was the player credited with the stop. He and Coloni were both there.
3rd and long for the Roughers, 3rd and 14 from the 20.
Just take all the time you need.
Clock inside 4 minutes.
Have 2 of their 3 remaining timeouts. And that may be what they're going to do. Just wait, let the clock run down to 1, and then call the timeout, and that's the situation here. We'll do the same while you buckle up for the final 3:52. Let's pause 30 seconds. Muskogee 28, Stillwater 20. Back in a moment in 30 seconds on Rougher Football 2023.
I'm Kyle Edwards for Kyle Edwards Buick GMC in Muskogee and the all-new Kyle Edwards Auto Group in Shakota. With the addition of Chevrolet, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram in Shakota and Buick GMC in Muskogee, it now gives our customers a great lineup of new makes and models to choose from. We are very proud to bring you a buying experience you won't find anywhere else. If you haven't visited us yet, come give us a chance. You'll like what you see. Family-owned, customer-friendly, Kyle Edwards Buick GMC in Muskogee and Kyle Edwards Auto Group in Shakota.
Bill Huddleston, Nick Hampton, and the Rougher TV crew doing the job this afternoon to bring you the sights as well as the sound. We'll remind you we'll have a video replay live. That'll be available Sunday night at 6 o'clock. OSSAA and their partnership with the NFHS having live broadcast rights. So we're bringing you audio live, and then we'll pair it all together Sunday. And if we can survive this final 3:52, it'll be a celebration watch party from somewhere. Ruffers face third down and 14. Deion Bowler, the running back to the left of Ficklin. Pioneers crowd the line of scrimmage. Bowler trying to get to the edge. Starts to his right. Jitterbugs. He's going to be wrapped up, but fights free. Still not down. He'll finally be tackled. Ball came free. He's loose on the turf. Pioneers have it. Pioneers have it.
Bowler just trying to make something happen there. Kept trying, reversing field, and held the ball out there, and the Pioneers swatted away and recovered.
3 minutes and 41 seconds left. Ruffers turn it over on the fumble by Deion Bowler. So now the defense will have to come and rescue the offense in the final 3:41. But the scoreboard still says Muskogee 28, Stillwater 20. So the Pioneers, Nick, can't be as conservative as maybe they have been earlier in the afternoon.
Let's see what they'll do. They've relied on Thompson for the most part today. He's back there along with Acord as they set up 1st and 10 at the Ruffer 23. Or at their own 23.
Senior quarterback Chance Acord will take the snap. He'll hand it off to Thompson, trying to bounce out on the edge at the 25. Still on his feet at the 30, fighting for extra yardage out to the 35-yard line.
Holden Thompson on the carry to the 35-yard line.
So he gets 12 and a first down for the Pioneers.
And a timeout's going to be taken by Stillwater. So that'll be one of their 3 remaining. And with trip threes on the scoreboard, it's Muskogee 28, Stillwater 20. We're back in 30 seconds. This is Ruffer Football in 2023.
Pain is temporary. Pride is forever. At Excel Therapy, we want to be your athlete's advocate for excellence. We offer treatment methods that focus on strengthening muscles and improving flexibility to improve your overall performance. And when injury sets in, Excel Therapy can aid in the recovery process. We know it's important to get back in the game, so trust the comeback experts, Excel Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine. With 16 locations and no physician referral required, you can begin healing today. From setback to comeback, the name you can trust, Excel Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine. Look for us online at exceltherapyok.com.
The ball will be at the 35-yard line. During that stoppage of play, it was Anthony Watson that was down for the count, but he's back up and able to come off the field under his own power. 1st and 10 Pioneers. Holden Thompson takes the handoff, trying to bounce to the edge. Ruffers have it corralled. Coda Barnowski and company are over there.
Barnowski and White and others escort him out around the 40.
Keep him in bounds, Nick. Keep that clock running, but he was able to get out of bounds to stop the clock with 3:23 left. 6 yards on the carry. 28-20. Ruffers by 8. Thompson again will take the handoff. He'll look inside, stutter step momentarily, and there is no place to go.
I'm a little surprised we're not seeing a little more variety out of the Pioneer offense.
Well, just hold your horses, my friend.
We'll
Third
see.
down and 2 after the 2-yard pickup. It's 4-down territory for the Pioneers. Twins out wide to the right. Snap back, hand it off, go short side. This is Thompson. 1st down and change. He powers his way across the 45, across midfield to the 49-yard line.
Good blocking that time by the Pioneer line as they blew the Ruffers off and gave Thompson a little hole to run.
8-yard pickup for Thompson. Clock stopped as they move the chains. Now it's running again. Same play as a moment ago. Thompson hit behind the backfield, double teamed, and down he goes. Coda Barnowski finishing out the stop at the 49-yard line. No gain.
Thompson's carried now 30 times in the game for 184 yards.
Extra blocking back, forward in front on the left side. They'll throw the little out route to Kendrick. Ruffers do it again. Open field tackle in space.
Deacon Jones on the catch. And the Ruffers there coming up. Bowler, Barnowski, and others on the tackle. And
Andre Beasley was the man to stop. 1 yard pickup on the third down play, and the clock continued to tick away. We're at the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to gold. Can the Ruffers survive? Now a timeout going to be taken by Muskogee. And Nick, that'll be the final timeout for Muskogee here, as it's 3rd down and 9 for the Pioneers. What are you going to do, Coach? Coach Hampton, what are you going to play if you're Stillwater? What do you expect if you're the Ruffers?
You expect to see Thompson, but I got to think that the Pioneers are going to have to change it up a little bit here, try something a little different. We haven't seen them pass too much this afternoon. Acord's only thrown 14 times in the game today. The rest of it's been up to Thompson, and so I got to think that they've got to kind of variety it up a little bit here and mix it up, try and keep the Ruffer defense a little off balance.
Steve Kramer and Travis Hill, the defensive coaches on the field, trying to make sure everybody knows their assignments, along with Brad Higgins, the linebackers coach, Anthony Magdak, Don Bays up in the booth to our left. 3rd down and 9 for the Pioneers, but it is 4-down territory. Here, I'm going to tell you, I think some little trickeration, Nick. Might see some sort of a reverse pass. Tuck will be out wide by himself on the numbers to the right. Chance Acord with Thompson behind him. Twins are outside the hash to the left. Hard snap, play action, throw the pass, in space, caught. This is Jones at the 45, at the 40, has the first down marker to the 38-yard line.
Well, I don't know
Needed 9, he got 10.
Don't know if it was trickeration or not, but it was a pass, the fake handoff this time to Thompson, and they got the little slant into Jones.
Ruffers come back with the standard defensive unit. The snap handoff will go to Thompson up the middle, out of a crease at the line of scrimmage. He'll fall forward down to the 34. 38 to the 34, pickup of 4. Clock counting down, 1:25 to play. Pioneers trying to remain calm and cool. They'll hand it off again to Thompson, coming to his right. Bounces to the edge, got an extra push, breaks out of one tackle and drags another to the 27-yard line and got the first down.
Just great effort that time by Thompson. Now the Pioneers are going to call a timeout.
With 1:17 left to play, it's a 28-20 ball game. Muskogee in front, trying to defend and keep the Pioneers from a potential game-tying score. Back in a moment. Let's pause 30 seconds on Ruffer Football 2023.
In sports, having the right winning strategy is often the difference between winning and losing. The same is true when you need legal representation. For more than 15 years, the law offices of Michael E. Finnerty have successfully provided the winning strategy with excellence and integrity for the people of the Muskogee area in matters of personal injury, social security disability, and workers' compensation issues. The law office, Muskogee trusts Michael A. Finnerty, ready to develop a winning strategy. Michael A. Finnerty, 436 Court Street in Muskogee. Call 687-1155. Online at finnertylaw.com.
Back to UCO, Chad Richardson Stadium, 1st and 10 Pioneers at the Ruffer 27-yard line. 1:17 to play here in the 4th. Ruffers lead 28-20. Jones and Kendrick are outside wide to the left side. Play action. Acord rolls, pumps once, got the defender up in the air, now going to keep it himself, and then he'll be ushered out of bounds downfield at the 23-yard line. That's a 4-yard gain.
Acord wanted to throw it there, but the Ruffer secondary doing a good job of covering up and forced Acord to keep the ball and get about 4 yards.
Now the ball on the left hash mark. Twins this time go to the right side, wide. Handed off to Thompson, lowers his shoulder, and guess who he runs into? Guess who he runs into? Vernon Pepiakata. Spell that one. It sounds just like it, spells just like it sounds. Sounds just like it spells, too.
Thompson
3rd and 5.
Gets a yard on
Play action. Looking to throw deep down the field to the end zone. Overthrown, incomplete. Penalty flag, stop play. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, no.
Oh, my goodness. The receiver ran into the defender. Well, that's my viewpoint of it.
I don't think that's going to be the official's viewpoint.
It's not, because there's a yellow hanky hanging around the 2-yard line. Here's the call.
You can hear the fans not happy with that call.
They're no more unhappy than I am, Nick. Pass interference again against the Ruffers as it was late in the first half. That'll put the ball at the 11-yard line where it'll be 1st and 10.
This one, in my mind, not as definitive as that last one.
So now out of a 1st and 10, play action again, looking to run, looking to throw to the end zone high. Penalty flags are down. Maybe an eligible receiver downfield.
Yep, I think that's going to be
the pass was complete to Talon Kendrick in the end zone for what would be a score, but the officials are bringing this one back. Stillwater fans celebrating. A crucial penalty against the Pioneers. The ineligible receiver downfield will back the play up to the 16. It'll be 1st and 15 for Stillwater. 42 seconds left on. Buckle up, folks. We're going to the wire. Play action, throw it up high to the end zone. It is long, it is caught, it is out of bounds. And another flag comes out of the hip pocket from the side judge.
Way up the field.
And way after the play. That's going to be against the Ruffers because they're already moving the chains.
But the discussion may be whether that was a catchable pass or not.
Well, there is a discussion between the officials on the field. Half the distance to the goal, 36 seconds left in regulation. Still 1st down. Pioneers have it at the 8-yard line. Twin receivers out wide to the right. Acord will call the snap. He'll hand it off to Thompson, darting to his left. Submarine and tackled at the 6-yard line.
Tim Moore's there, I see.
Tim Moore's over there, but so are his teammates. Anthony White, I think, was the guy that got at the ankles of the quarterback, or the running back, stopping him at the 6. And Stillwater will spend its 2nd timeout of the half. Let's pause 30 seconds. Muskogee 28, Stillwater 20. Back after this on Run for Football 2023.
There's never been a better time to find a great deal on a sedan, truck, or crossover at Nissan of Muskogee. Call 918-6A-III-6605 or go to nissanofmuskogee.com. There's never been a better time to find a great deal on a sedan, truck, or crossover at Nissan of Muskogee. Call 918-6A-III-6605 or go to nissanofmuskogee.com.
The 2023 football season comes down to 2 plays.
We talked about it. We talked about it at halftime. Last possession, 1 possession, just like we said it would be.
2nd and 5 from the 6-yard line. Pioneers out of the timeout have their play call, their personnel they want in the situation. Jones and Tucker to the right. Play action, throw it out in space to the big tight end. Pushing forward, short of the goal line at the 3. Pioneers now going to have to hurry. They'll spend the timeout, it'll be their final. But a good open field tackle that time by the Ruffer defender. Stopping forward short at the 3-yard line. Had to go to the 1. Third down. That's right. Holden Thompson going to get the handoff. He'll get a block on the edge, and he'll rumble in for the touchdown.
Keep in mind, though, that missed extra point by Stillwater earlier now looms big because they have to go for 2.
A 65-yard drive that comes down to the final 20 seconds.
Thompson with that run caps the 200-yard mark.
Acord is out.
That's a Wildcat with Kendrick in there.
Kendrick and Holden Thompson. The game on the line here. And now a timeout taken by Stillwater. Their final. Their last timeout. This game here, Nick, comes down for the Pioneers to 1 play. just as it did a week ago in Ponca City.
Getting ready to say, brings back memories of last week. Remember last week in this situation, Deer Creek was ready to settle for the kick, which would have tied the game, but the Roughers jumped offside twice, moved the ball inside the 1, and the Antlers went for the conversion and didn't get it.
Each team this afternoon has been penalized 8 times. 2 big pass interference penalties on the Roughers. An ineligible receiver downfield against Stillwater in this drive that took the points off the board, but then the Pioneers able to finish it on the run by Holden Thompson. And now Stillwater has 1 play to try and tie the score.
So will they wildcat it with Kendrick, as they have been?
Kendrick and Thompson are the 2 guys in the backfield. They'll load up the box to the left. Kendrick's going to keep it, duck back to his left. He fights. He's short. He's short. He's short. He didn't get it. The ball is loose. The Roughers recover. They'll take over. Stillwater will have, Nick Hampton, a chance for an onside kick. But once again, the Rougher defenders stop it.
It's hard to tell who actually was there because
from the reaction of the players coming off the field, no doubt Tion Brewer was there. A host of green jerseys. Everybody has laid it all on the turf here this afternoon.
They just submarined that play from the beginning, and there was nowhere for Kendrick to go.
So now 20 seconds left. Stillwater will have one last gasp opportunity, Nick.
Just
on an onside
like
kick.
Last week. Remember last week, Deer Creek executed the onside kick, kicked it perfectly, recovered the ball, but it was ruled they touched it inches before it went 10 yards, and it didn't count. Roughers got it.
Well, my friend Scott Pettis, who's been a part of a lot of broadcasts over the years, the 2 of us alongside many times in our times at Northeastern State, tuning in, listening this afternoon, and yes, Scotty, it is daggum sure exciting here in Edmond.
Well, you know the Roughers are going to be prepared because they were last week, saw this same situation, so they know what to expect.
So for the Stillwater Pioneers with a 28-20 advantage. So for the Stillwater Pioneers with a 28-26 score staring them in the face, have to convert on an onside kick. Here's the kick, the big bounce, the ball loose, it's on the turf, there's a fight for it, Roughers appear to have it. We do! Roughers have it! Roughers have it! Roughers have it! And who else but Big Play McGee on the recovery? Roughers will have the football, and yes, Virginia, after 37 years, there will be gold in Muskogee.
Wow. That's all I can say.
There will be gold.
There was some doubt there. That ball was on the ground an awful long time before McGee was able to get over and scoop it up finally.
Nick, you got to stand up and look down below us. The home stands on the UCO sideline are filled with Rougher fans. Touchdown on the knee by Jamarian Ficklin. And Travis Hill, you've got another goal ball. And the Muskogee Roughers today fulfill their dream and will finish the season as the 2023 Class 6A-II state champions.
Wow, what a feeling. Just absolutely great joy for this bunch of seniors that have played so hard, many of them 3-year starters for the Roughers. And wow, got to feel great for them.
Nick, you got to give a lot of credit, though, to Stillwater. They just refused to go down and like a champion, the champions they were a year ago. They knew what they had to do in those waning moments and went 65 yards and overcame a couple of penalties on their own and then took advantage of it, but then were unable to convert on a 2-point conversion as the Roughers, as they did a week ago against Ponca City,
Deer Creek.
In Ponca City. Against Deer Creek. We're able to make the stop, and they'll bring out that big gold ball.
There it is.
There it is. They will announce each player's name. I don't think we'll be able to hear it all, but we're going to take a quick time out and return. We'll give you stats. We'll give you our thoughts, and we're probably going to cry a little bit, Nick. 28-26 final score. Back in 2 minutes on Rougher Football 2023.
The world of education is driven by numbers. So is the one company more schools and universities call on when fire or water damage strikes. 1-800-SERVPRO. The #1 choice in commercial cleanup and restoration.
When it matters most. The name to remember? ServPro of Muskogee. 918-913-4490. Online at servpro.com. Proud to be a Muskogee Rougher, Honda of Muskogee.
In the heart of Oklahoma, with Honda of Muskogee.
Our super friendly staff is here to give you the best value with honest and fair service. Call 918-68-HONDA or go to hondamuskogee.com.
In the heart of Oklahoma, with Honda of Muskogee.
In times of need, it's comforting to see faces of people you know and trust. Cornerstone Funeral Home in Muskogee cherishes the opportunity to be there for you and your family in life's most challenging times when friends are most important. Cornerstone Funeral Home and Crematory welcomes the opportunity to answer any questions regarding planning and pre-arrangements for you and your loved ones. Experience the difference. Cornerstone Funeral Home, 1830 North York in Muskogee, where you'll find faces you know and reputations you trust.
Jay Hodge here with Rick, a man of few words. Wow! That's one of them. And when you see the savings at Jay Hodge Chevrolet Muskogee, tell him, Rick. Wow! New Silverados, 1.9% financing or $5,600 total value when you trade in an eligible vehicle.
Don't overpay. Come see Jay.
New Silverados, 1.9% financing.
Wow!
Now at Jay Hodge Chevrolet Muskogee,
144 West Shawnee.
I think it's Toby rolling that says, "Oh, mama."
Oh, gosh.
28-26. Say that one more time, Nick.
28-26.
State
Ruffers,
champions.
37 years.
23. 37 years of waiting. And, Nick, I want to make this comment to the Rougher fans, to this town that has turned out in mass numbers here this afternoon. Student buses, volunteers of the faculty and the administration to board those buses with those students. Dr. Jared Mendenhall turning out school today, allowing this student group to be here. And to see what began as just an idea. What began as an idea in the mind of Dr. Mendenhall when he had a vision for a bond issue. Some people said it can't be passed. But with his leadership and the leadership community that formulated the entire plan that included Rougher Village, that included the renovations to every school building in the district, and have followed through on those plans to improve facilities, that changed the attitude of the community. That changed the focus. Last year, Nick, at home, the Roughers lose only one time. They lost to Stillwater. They lost to Choctaw in the state semifinals. And it was that moment that this group, juniors and seniors, says, we're not going to feel this way again. And this afternoon here at Chad Richardson Stadium in Edmond, Muskogee can celebrate as the 2023 state champions. It takes a village, and indeed, the village is below us.
You know, I want to salute kind of what you said, talking about the community support today. We look down in front of us, and I'm guessing, there may be 4,000 Rougher fans here today for this. And
I don't have enough fingers and toes.
And there are times this season that we have talked about the crowds and had been a little disappointed at times that the crowds and the support the Roughers have had on the road. But today, they certainly more than made up for it.
We passed a few passed us
on the way over here, and just great support by the Roughers today and the Rougher community turning out to see the Roughers win the gold ball.
And Nick, I can't wait for Sunday night at 6 o'clock when Shane Stewart can punch that button and make that video live, and we'll be able to relive this whole moment again as Muskogee here this afternoon will celebrate. They'll party throughout the night, and I'm quite sure throughout the weekend with a 28-26 victory. You want to take a look at statistics?
Statistically, this afternoon, excuse me, so the Roughers today rushed 46 times for 175 yards. They were passing today, 10 of 11 passing for Bird. What a great statistic there, 149 yards. Roughers with 324 yards in total offense, a little below their average. Stillwater today rushed 51 times, most of those by Thompson, 270 yards. He had just over 200 himself, I think, as we'll look at the stats. They had 98 yards passing, so a little bit more offensively than the Roughers, 368 total offense. The Roughers, had both teams had 8 penalties, 81 for Stillwater yardage, 78 on the Roughers.
Time of possession almost identical, 24-28 on the favor of the Roughers to 23-32.
Third down conversion, 6 of 9 for the Roughers, 6 of 14 for Stillwater. 3 of 4 in the red zone for the Roughers, 4 of 5. And we had only the one turnover the whole day, and that was one that the Roughers gave the ball up on the fumble by Bowler that enabled the Pioneers to come and make that last-minute drive and try and score and tie the game.
Final score this afternoon, 28-26. It started with a Jamarian Ficklin 1-yard run that capped a 7-play drive to put the Roughers in front. Stillwater would answer going into the second quarter, finishing a 13-play, 84-yard drive when Talon Kendrick scored on an 18-yard scamper. But Muskogee before halftime would score again. Andre Beasley on the 25-yard pass from Jamarian Ficklin with Espinosa's kick. It was 14-7. Pioneers, who got a big break there in the waning moments, would get the 13-yard pass from Acord to Kendrick, and that would finish an 8-play drive, 75 yards. It was 14-14 at the half. Muskogee took its first opportunity in the third quarter, and they made a statement, Nick. They went 6 plays, 64 yards, Ficklin finishing the drive on a 19-yard scamper. Kendrick would come right back on the ensuing possession. He would put points on the board for the Pioneers on a 7-play, 56-yard drive. But Brody Long's PAT was wide to the left, no good. That made it 21-20. Muskogee then, with Ficklin directing the offense, would go 8 plays, 65 yards in 3 minutes and 32 seconds to score with 3:24 and looked to be putting it on ice, only to have Stillwater recover that fumble you mentioned a moment ago and then put together their 14-play drive in the final 3:21 to tie or to come within 2. And then the Rougher defense to be able to do what? Come up with yet another goal line stand on a 2-point conversion and be able to kneel down after the onside kick recovered by Caden McGee. And as they say, Nick Hampton, the rest is history, because that gold ball, those gold medals are going to the Muskogee Roughers here today.
And, of course, the rings from last year's seniors that were here that Travis Hill talked about during the season that so much made a part of what has been a great 2 years here for the Roughers.
What is your ring size, my friend?
I really don't know. I haven't got one in so long.
You might want to get measured up, because it's going to be fun to celebrate and remember this one from now on. 28-26. Any closing thoughts, Nick Hampton?
Well, let's check. We got through the team stats. Let's take a quick look at some of the individual stats. As we said, Ficklin today was the leading rusher, 21 carries for 86 yards for Bird. Johnson did a good job today on the ground. Latavian, 17 carries for 67 yards. Big play McGee, 3 receptions for 63 yards. Beasley, 3 for 42, and that big touchdown for the Roughers. And for the Stillwater Pioneers, Holden Thompson, 35 rushes today for 199 yards. Passing, Chance Acord, 13 of 16 for 85, so he also had a good day passing the ball. Deacon Jones, the leading receiver, 38 yards for the Pioneers as the Roughers win it today, 28-26.
Nick, you and I have been at this a long, long time. As a matter of fact, just right across the way here, we can see Hamilton Fieldhouse, where you gave me my first broadcasting opportunity as a high school student while you were doing basketball for Norman High. And it's kind of fitting that this opportunity would come for us to be back together today here in Edmond and see a dream come true.
Really is, and I think back to that 68 or the 86 championship and how you felt there, and we're going to have a column in the newspaper here either tomorrow or Monday kind of thinking back and taking stock of the frustration of the last 37 years and what it's meant, and kind of talk a little bit about what winning this game means today to us as broadcasters. So it's just, you think back to those semifinal losses and some of the disappointments there. This all makes up for it as the Roughers victorious.
Well, the most empty feeling I've had as a Rougher broadcaster was in 2005 when victory was snatched away from the Roughers in their game against Mustang. It won't erase that memory, Nick, but this will throw a big blanket over the top of it. It's green with a big gold ball on top of it, and Muskogee Roughers get the 28-26 victory. Our broadcast buddy, Curtis Brackeen, has got the best seat in the house.
Yes, he does. You're right.
He's got to be dancing.
He does.
So does Joe Gordon, who sent me the text to bet the farm. The Roughers bet the farm on a 2-point conversion and cashed in.
They just wanted it more today. You could really feel it there in the fourth quarter as the Roughers were on that last drive, which looked like it might give them a 2-possession advantage before the fumble. You could see the energy. You could see them just saying, we want it more. And Johnson and company just drove the ball down the field, and they were set to go for the touchdown before this fumble. But you could just feel that energy, that I want it kind of feeling.
And I'm going to credit the defense when you could say, not again, not again. They picked up Deion Bowler. He got himself right back on the defense. And the Roughers made the play when they had to, and they will celebrate with the medals being placed around the neck of the coaches, passing out medals down on the sideline, administrators there. Good to see Dr. Dice down there, Muskogee High School Principal Kinsey Cook handing out medals. Of course, Athletic Director Dr. Jason Parker. Nick, it's just great. It's just great to be a part of this Rougher Nation.
Really is. And after the disappointment last year, the loss to Choctaw in the semis, and then kind of avenging that last week against Deer Creek, and then coming in, and you just had the feeling that the Roughers were going to win. I just have had that feeling all week long. I thought with Beasley in the lineup this week, it would be a much different game.
What a difference it made today with Andre on the field.
Yeah.
We saw his extra efforts determined on both sides of the football field. And then here this afternoon, Muskogee finishes its mission. They finished the dream. As Travis Hill said last Friday after the win in Ponca City over Deer Creek, guys, let's go finish this thing. That scoreboard that reads 28-26 and Muskogee Roughers state champions 2023, the job is done.
That's a big hats off to this group of, 21 seniors, I think it is, that,
I believe you're right,
that are on this team that have really lifted the Roughers up these last 3 years, that Travis Hill has had this group. Started 2-8 3 years ago, and look at where they've gone now in 3 short years, a gold ball in their possession.
Well, for one last time, I'm going to start with this group of seniors, and it includes the student assistants and managers, Cade White, Tucker Perkins, along with the managers, Azul Alvarado, Cortland Tate, Celeste Lira, Taylor Deep, along with Anamaris Rodriguez. That's the managers of the staff of Justin Laird and Leo Kraske. Here are the players playing for the final time and playing at no better place than the state championship game and winning it. Richard Soto Morales, Jaden Smith, Arion Parrish, Braden Henry, who continues the Henry family tradition. Sammy, you got to be loving this one, my friend. Caleb Houston, Bryce Kazay, Tion Brewer, Wesley Harvey, whose college career is still ahead of him at TCU. The gentleman who just dominated last week and again this week, Vernon Papiakata. They may mispronounce your name. They won't forget your name, Vernon Papiakata. Parker Pellin, who had some big moments throughout the year as well as here today. Landon Casey, Dylan Eddings, the Ant-Man, Anthony Watson, who's been dreaming for this moment since he first put on the rougher gold, green and white as a freshman. Travion Houston, Israel Martin, Jaden Swanson, who had a big catch there, Nick, late in the fourth quarter. Of course, the big play, Caden McGee, Martell Bolden, and Deion Bowler. That's your seniors for 2023. There are a cast of seniors who have left big footsteps to fill. There is a cast of roughers ready to step into those moments and do it one more time. But this afternoon, here at Chad Richardson Stadium on the campus of the University of Central Oklahoma, the gold ball will go back to Muskogee for the first time in 37 years. Final score, Muskogee 28, Stillwater 26. Nick Hampton, you know our final phrase. It's always a great day to be a rougher, and this one may be the best of all. Final score, 28-26, Muskogee Roughers. Until we meet again, Bill Huddleston, Nick Hampton, and the Rougher TV crew saying so long from Edmond, so long, and congratulations, champions you are, Muskogee Roughers. Nothing tougher than a rougher. Good afternoon, everybody.